everybody.
Hello. Hi. Yes, well-oiled machine at the same time.
Oh,
We are
it's
back
so
with
great.
a live one-shot for you all. This should be delightful. This is a only slightly modified DM Dave one-shot. As we've said numerous times, we love DM Dave. I am a subscriber on Patreon, not a sponsor, unless he wants to be. I've started tagging DM Dave things. I can talk. This is going to go great. Hopefully, he won't get annoyed and block me, and he'll go, hey, we appreciate those. I'm your DM, Bjorn Anders. As always, I will be putting this quartet, well, through terror, but we'll get to that in a minute. With us, as always, from the beginning, we have to go to Jordan.
Yes, I am Jordan. You've seen me a lot. You know what I'm about. This time I'm playing Eric, crewmate of all this shenanigans that we're gonna do. I don't have anything to plug really except being on your thing. So we'll get to that when we talk. I had to look at the screen to make sure I was pointing the right direction. You're directly below me.
Yep.
But yeah. Next on the screen is Phoenix.
Hi. So I'm Phoenix, and I have nothing to plug. But today I will be playing as Bubbles, the Lakatha cleric. I'm not really sure how I got here. Suddenly I was like on this ship, so that was fun.
Next round, we'll save the one with the occasion for the end. So Evan.
Hi, I'm Evan. I actually do have a couple plugs. I run my own D&D podcast called Save the D8. You can find that on any of your podcatchers. We're at our third season. It's getting pretty interesting, where people are lost between the planes and trying to find their way home. I'm also on another podcast, separate from D&D. It's a cyberpunk podcast called No Latency. So if you've ever been interested in the cyberpunk Red gameplay, we have a entire story set up there where you can come and listen to us all have an amass amount of shenanigans while trying to take down several corporations.
Yep. All right, and last but not least, our favorite person of the day.
Oh, hi.
God damn it.
Well-oiled machine.
Hi, I'm Mario. I'm here. I'll be playing a swashbuckler turtle rogue named Captain Bosch. This Captain, a title, a first name, we'll find out. But he's a pirate in a half shell.
Yes.
And the
Power.
most important thing that we've got to shout out today is that
Yes, we
it
do.
is Mario's birthday. Happy birthday, Mario.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
We'd sing to
Yay.
you, but that song's, we haven't paid for it.
Yeah. And for your birthday, I promise you either will or won't die a very grisly demise. So you have that to look forward to.
Well, I'm one step closer to death, so it's fitting.
I mean, there is that. There is that. So, you all. Some of you were crew members, others merely passengers aboard the ship, the Heron, traveling through wild space in search of treasure and adventure. You were set upon by a tyrant ship, commanded by, one can only assume, a terrifying beholder. The Heron suffered irreparable damage. The ship was to be abandoned, and passengers and crew rushed to the escape pods. You four, along with a crew member, a dwarf by the name of Lieutenant Palmer, are all in the same pod. You've been drifting through wild space for some time now. Food ran out about a day ago, and oxygen is getting very, very thin. And as far as fuel, you only have just some very base thrusters and some wings on the exterior of the ship that you can maneuver with. All seemed lost until in the distance, the lieutenant spied a freighter. Veering the ship over, was able to find where a access hatch had been broken open into the freighter. She was able to dock the escape pod along with this ship and is able to allow you four access inside. And as the passageway slides open, you see into a very dimly lit ship. The lieutenant, hungry, tired like all of you, looks to you all and says, "All right, now, as much as I would love to come onto that ship with you all and see what we can find, someone's going to have to stay here, make sure our access hatch stays open, and make sure that our pod doesn't go floating away. That's on me. Stay safe, move quickly, keep your head down as much as possible, and I wish you all the best of luck." And where you are entering this ship, so the light is very dim. You appear to be in some sort of workshop. You can see this L-shaped table against one wall, various gadgets, tools, projects in various states of disarray sprawled all over the surface. And there are these blue and green monitors all over, emitting this dim light. The most notable thing about these monitors is somewhere on all of them, you see the same thing. A series of numbers. So it says 30224 23 22 21 20. Some sort of countdown. What would you like to do? I will say at any
Lieutenant
point,
was
you can
stay-
ask me what the timer is at, as I have it in front of me.
Oh boy.
Great. Love that.
And the lieutenant was staying in the escape pod?
Lieutenant's staying with the pod because they're the ones the most familiar with the controls.
So, like you said, that you have to stay here so that it won't fly away without us? Does that
Hey.
often happen?
When you're out of fuel, it can happen.
Oh,
There's not really a whole lot of power to keep the magnetic latches from holding on. You see, they're electromagnetic. So if there's no electro, there's no magnetic. And if there's no magnetic, there's no attach. And if there's no attach, pod go bye-bye.
well, that would be unfortunate.
Hey,
I
Well-
mean, it could be possible that we just take over this that we've docked with instead of just grab supplies and then jump back in the pod and fly away.
hey,
I mean,
if you can get this thing working, we take it, we see how many other pods we can find, and we make our way back home.
well, that sounds like a plan to me. Take over the ship, go home, run.
Yeah, that sounds like a swell plan, guys. Let's go for it.
Best of luck to you.
I feel like
Okay.
there's some details we need to work out, but yeah, that sounds good to me too.
Oh, it'll be fine. Come on, just put on a happy face. We'll be able to get through this, guys. You know that we can do it because we're a team.
I don't have lips. That's very offensive.
Oh, well, I didn't mean anything by that, but I mean, we'll do everything together.
So you're
Okay.
proposing that we all cut off our lips to be together?
If that's what it takes to have a good amount of teamwork, then sure, I'll cut mine off first.
Tim,
I'll pull a dagger.
don't do that, Tim.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Okay, look, I just want us all to be a combined unit because, you know, we don't want to fight with each other. We're in a tough situation and we just have to put on a brave face.
Yep.
Well, if it
And
co-
let's
yep.
let's do that. Tim means a metaphorical face, just to avoid going through that circle again. Let's just go on to the ship, and and Eric's just gonna step through the opening onto the other ship and like
Alright.
try and get a good scan of what's more around than just these monitors.
Sure. So within the workshop itself, again, you see like various gadgets strewn about, some more complete than others. The other interesting thing you see is the body of an automaton standing just kind of limp and inert in one corner near the sole passageway leading out of this workshop into what you assume to be the main area of the ship. It has not moved in response to you stepping aboard the ship and seems to have no awareness. But it is very notable as it stands about 7.5 feet tall, even slumped over.
Wow. That's really interesting. I would like to go over and mess with it.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check on it if you'd like.
That's great because I have a -1 in that.
I love this.
I
What
got a
if the light-
15.
Nice.
15. So you know absolute beans about technology, but this thing actually it makes a lot of sense. You're going, they clearly designed its mechanical innards to be similar to that of an actual humanoid body, and you notice up under the jawline what looks to be a very simple toggle switch. You can see wires running from that up to the overall head structure, and you assume that would be the method to activate said automaton.
Hey, everybody, I found a switch on this thing. What should I do?
Switch it.
That's been logical.
Awesome. Let's do it. And I'll flick the switch.
As you click it underneath its jaw, immediately comes to life, and you see its eyes that were just completely slate gray just glow with the same bluish green light coming off of the monitors. Query: who are you?
Well, I mean, my name, I'm going to whisper. My name is Killfuck Soul Shitter, but everyone calls me Tim.
Welcome, Tim. You are not part of the crew manifest.
Not at this moment, but maybe I will be one day. What's your name?
Curious.
That's an
I
interesting
am-
name.
Curious is not my name. Daryl is my name.
Even better.
I should introduce you to Veronica. And with that, you watch as the head droops downward, almost becoming inert again. And before the jaw completely stops moving, rises back up, and the bluish green is now replaced by this glowing red light. Interesting. Welcome, Tim and travelers. I am Veronica. Ship AI and guidance system.
I lean over Tim's shoulder. I thought it was Daryl.
I know. I think that there's like 2 personalities inside. So they each get equal value. So this time it's Veronica. Just go with it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Hi, Veronica.
Hi, Veronica.
Come
Hello.
on, everybody, say hi. Eric, say hi. Come on.
Eric will reluctantly. Hello, Veronica.
He's too cool for school, but he's still fun.
As guests aboard this vessel, I must make sure you are aware. I cannot allow any harm to come to those aboard my vessel. Should you try
'Cause we
to bring
got-
harm to anyone, there will be consequences.
So, what happens if they try to harm us first? Can we harm them back?
If they try and harm you, there will be consequences
For whom?
for those attempting to cause harm.
there's
Life
such
is
a
precious and must be protected.
There's such a strong bit of me that wants to test this, but I'm not going to.
I like what she has to say.
I agree.
Nice to meet you, Baraka. And Bubbles.
Bubbles. Pleasure to make acquaintance.
That has got to be the most terrifying thing to see, a fish attempt to smile.
Should you have any questions, I will endeavor to provide answers.
So, Veronica,
Yes,
where's the food?
I do not fully understand. Are you saying you are hungry?
Yes. Very.
I see. Within the cargo bay, there is always kept a storage of supplies. The crew usually dines within the common room just outside of this workshop.
All right. So, if we were to make our way there, can we help ourselves to food and eat?
I am not required to have access to provide sustenance. Should you require nourishment, it can be obtained within the common room.
And
We
which
just
way?
have to ask them nicely.
Yeah.
Access to the common room can be found through these and the main doorway that leads. The only other doorway. There's doorway is a loose term. The hole in the side of the ship that you're using as a doorway, and then an actual doorway leading from the workshop into the common room. You see just this singular light illuminate over it. You will find the common room outside of the workshop.
Gee golly, that sounds like fun. Veronica, I have a question.
I have an answer.
I understand that we are not part of the crew, but are we considered to be guests and thus being able to have the same amenities that a guest would have on one said ship? Or are we under a certain potential set of rules?
You would have the same amenities as a guest, provided we have quarters available.
Well, I could sleep in a corner and be fine.
I have my own lodging.
Then you would unquestionably be comfortable.
Well, guys, this seems really good.
Yes, this seems great so far. I'm seeing no downsides.
Hey, Eric, you're familiar with the ships and all. What kind of fuel does the thing outside need?
Would I know for the pod? Would it be like an arcane crystal, or would it be some
You
kind
know-
of power source like that?
Yeah, they're pretty standard fuel cells that are used that any sort of ship that travels throughout wild space uses, just varying size of ones. Just sort of think you're different sizes of batteries. I mean, a battery is a battery. You just need the right size one to go into the right size port.
So Bubbles, what we'll need, they're called D batteries, not to be confused with the batteries. We just need to find them. They're about this big, usually glowing green. But unlike a lot of glowing green things, they're safe to handle. Just don't break them open.
It takes 8 of them to power a boombox, but only for about 45 minutes.
Yep. 50
mean-
minutes if you hold it over top your shoulder for some reason.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you switch them around, you can get another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think, as Erickson said, can I see if looking around the workshop if I see anything that
Make an
looks like
investigation check.
a T battery or that might look useful for me? That's a 12 minus 1. That's 11.
Looking around, you don't see anything that you imagine would help fuel an escape pod. There are some small, that look like battery type items, but they would power maybe handheld devices. Nothing so significant that would contain numerous humanoid bodies and flit about through wild space.
Well, I'll just take some of those small batteries just in case.
Sure.
Because I'm a parrot. That's what I do.
Come on, I love it. I'd say you find about a half dozen.
Okay.
Oh, Veronica, do you have any? I look over at Eric. The battery, not the batteries, but the battery.
Oh,
Or-
and then I just take one of the batteries that I grabbed and just say, "The batteries."
To
I look
find
expectantly at Eric. Oh, sorry.
to find fuel cells with the capability of powering any sort of ship or escape device, one would best check the cargo bay, as that would have facilities large enough to contain such fuel.
Yeah. The ones that you have, Captain Bosch, 6 of them could power my my Aegis Game Gear. It's old technology.
Oh,
It's
Ew.
super sweet. Hey guys, why
You
don't
say
we go?
you are a captain. You do not look or sound anything like our captain.
Well, captains come in many shapes and sizes, so I would be careful with saying things like that, or otherwise you might harm my feelings, and for that there will be consequences. Haha!
Offense not intended. I was curious if you were the acting captain. I suppose you are not.
You can suppose whatever you want.
Duly
Oh,
noted.
he's absolutely our acting captain. And that is a 21 to
that-
deception.
Fascinating. This will be noted within my records. Acting Captain Bosch. Welcome aboard.
Oh, thank you.
nothing can go wrong here.
Let's
You will
let's
have
go eat.
you will have extended access here to areas within the Dark Mantle.
Is that the name of the ship?
Yes, this is the Dark Mantle.
That's a cool name.
Well, thank you, Veronica. I say my crew is hungry, so let's go eat. Also, if you have a Daryl available, could you ask him to bring some food to the entry of the hallway, please?
I will certainly endeavor to do so, Acting Captain Bosch. So as the door slides open in opposite directions, as any good sci-fi door would do, you enter the common room, and you can see there are some couches over in the center of this very large chamber. You can see that this singular large table stands at the center in between the couches. You can shimmering windows on the various sides that look outward into the space itself. You can see that there are these cylindrical lifts that obviously would lead to other parts of the ship, touchscreens nearby. And looking about, the one thing that you would consider the most odd about this is just the utter lack of people. You do see some lockers on the walls on either side, both the port and starboard of the ship. You're able to have your bearings fairly well here of where bowster and port and starboard would be, just from the overall shape of this and knowing where you came in. Looking about, you do see on the table the remains of someone's meals, partially eaten. You are
How old
here
do they look?
Oh,
in the
yep.
common room. So,
How old does they look?
it looks a little old. You would guess it's probably been here at least for a day or two.
Okay, but just a
And-
day.
Yeah. And as you're looking over the food that's left on this table, you hear Veronica's voice. Impact in 2 hours, 45 minutes. You notice that's the exact time on the countdown.
I look for food.
Great, love that.
You very quickly find some. It's basically MREs. It's nothing real fancy here, but it's edible.
It works.
It will sustain you. You find some sealed bottles of various liquids. I mean, there are some water, some juices. Some of them are just like soup broth. But again, it's
Captain's chicken,
sustenance. Yeah, it's
nacho cheese tube.
yeah, like and that one's actually okay. You do
Mhm.
find a bag of it. It had a slight hole in it, so the tortilla chips are a little stale. But you're able to take the cheese tube, get it on in there, sort of make yourself a little walking taco. It's not that bad. Not that bad.
I do have a question. Hey, Bubbles,
Yeah.
since you're a fish, do you actually breathe oxygen, or do you have like a water tank, or?
Yeah.
Yes, to the water tank. So then I grab some of the old tortilla chips, crush them, and then just put them on the top of his water tank.
Oh, so you don't see the water tank with me?
Oh, got it, got it.
Yeah, the way that
Uh,
race works, they've got to submerge themselves every once in a while.
Oh,
Uh,
got it, got it, got it,
yeah.
got it.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, yes, that's true. I didn't know you knew so much about our people.
Well, I try to. I like to read.
That's nice of you. As we are walking down, you said there's like lockers on as we're going by.
Yep.
I'm gonna call out to, hey Veronica, are you listening?
Yes, I am always listening.
Oh wow, that's neat. That's probably got to be exhausting too. But anyway, is it okay if I open one of these lockers?
Of course, if it is not locked, it is accessible.
I will go through seeing if any of them are unlocked.
And you find your biggest surprise is that they are all unlocked. And go ahead and give a wisdom check on this. Just general wisdom.
Okay.
Better wisdom.
That is a 9.
9. There are these slots in them, compartments of some sort. They obviously held things, you don't know what, but there were lots of very similar looking things in here.
So what I was looking for in there, so I'll bring people's attention to these slots. What I was looking for as I'm going through is, are there any like uniforms or clothing? And specifically what I'm trying to figure out is if I can figure out some sort of a race or creature type that might wear something like that.
So as you bring others over and they're looking at it, you don't find any sort of uniforms here. You notice what these lockers were for. As you all are looking at it, you're putting your heads together, you'd be able to figure out these were weapons lockers.
Oh.
And there were some sort of pistol and rifle like gadgets in here that are currently all gone.
Looks like a lot of empty lockers. I'm sorry. I'm just starting to get my energy back. I've been really low energy since we haven't had anything to eat. And I must apologize to y'all because I must have seemed really tired and cranky and mean. So I apologize for that. But everything's okay now because I'm having scavenger tacos.
Oh, that's great. I'm happy to hear that.
Scavenger Taco, by the way, it's the name of my next band.
Yep, 100%.
Alright.
If you drew our attention to the slots in the lockers, can I investigate them further for like a secret compartment or something like that?
Yeah, go make an investigation check.
And as I see you doing this, I will reach out and just kind of, since we have put all of our heads together, maybe I just move my head a little bit to the side, and the Lady of the Waters will help you. And I'm casting guidance on you.
Cool. So I'll add a D4 to that natural 20 I just rolled.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So
So
that
you
brings it up to a 24.
So, okay, bad news. You don't find any secret compartments
That's fine.
whatsoever. Good news is, I'm not capable of not rewarding a natural 20 because that's
Yeah.
just how I'm wired. Thus, I will say if you were to find any of the weaponry that is from these compartments, you may or may not have any sort of better idea on how some of it might work. It's all the details I'll give you on it, but
Cool.
yeah, it's not like anything you've really seen in your time on the Heron.
Okay. There's definitely nothing else in here, but these lockers are.
Well, actually, the thing I will
strange.
give you, you're guessing just looking around, and mostly through that natural 20. The material it's made out of, it's not a metal. It's like a really hard polymer, and whatever rush some of the people grabbed some of these in, you can just sort of see where like maybe some fingernails scraped at some of the plastic a little bit. I'm not saying it totally dug in, but just seeing where there were handprints and whatnot. You look at it a bit, and this was clearly a crew of humanoids. You're guessing mostly about medium size, but you do notice what look like a couple claw marks on one of them, and you have seen individuals like this enough where you go, okay, so there's at least some Dragonborn. As far as all the other races, you can't quite pin, but you're going some Dragonborn, and then some smaller size, like whether it's Halfling or Gnome, you can't quite pin that down, but sort of your fairly standard player's handbook type races for the most part. Because
Gotcha.
natural 20, I'll give you a little info you weren't looking for.
Thanks, buddy.
Because yeah, well, there's other stuff to come, so don't thank me too much yet.
Yeah. I'm just glad you're not using the bronze die. That's really all. That's all I care about.
We'll see how these roll. And if I'm not pleased, it's right over there.
I mean,
Not a
those
problem.
dice can't crit me more than your bronze one does, so I'm
Nothing
game
can.
for anything new.
Nothing.
Why'd
can.
you have to challenge the
Oh.
dice like that?
Yeah, so actually, this is off character, but I'm getting vibes from certain movie that I can share at the end, which one I'm thinking, not to spoil anything in case I'm right.
Love it. So once we put this on YouTube, and also everyone that's in the chat right now, give your guesses as to what movie motif this is besides just sci-fi, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Because I can see the chat.
Oh,
right
it was
now.
the one with the guys in space, right?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one
Uh,
with people in space in a spaceship. So
Yeah.
is
Got
there,
it.
Misplaced. Yeah.
Called it.
Misplaced in space.
is there anything else in the room that looks useful, or should we just move on, guys?
Looking about here in the cargo bay, go ahead and just give me a perception check. Anyone who wants
Oh.
to.
This is the cargo bay?
I would too.
Common room, I should say.
Okay.
I was looking at a
Oh.
different part on here. No, you're not in the cargo bay. We'll get
I
to
got
that.
a nat 1.
I
got an
will
11.
You're in a room.
look around.
Maybe.
Oh,
I'm
no,
enjoying
that was
my
good.
taco too much. This
It's
taco
the-
is the best.
It
Uh,
is delicious.
19.
19. So, searching the area, you see that there are some drops of blood on the floor. And you have a feeling that whoever left them behind was limping away. Because every now and then you see where it looks like a boot drags through part of the blood itself there. And you can see that the trail leads over towards this area by one of the lifts.
Well,
Kinda-
there's actually, did I notice it or was it just bubbles?
That depends if Bubbles decides to point it out.
Well, so before I pointed out, I'm just going to call out to Veronica. Hey, Veronica,
Yes.
where did
Bubbles.
blood come from? What?
Blood.
Why is there blood on the floor?
A crew member was wounded.
You know how?
There was an incident. Our surgeon was attacked by something in our cargo bay. This creature I know little about. Not long after the incident, I was put into sleep mode.
Who put you into sleep mode?
Unknown.
Oh, since we're asking questions, Veronica, earlier you mentioned 2 hours and 45 minutes to impact. Impact
Yes.
against what? Or between what and what?
Good question.
Why did none of us ask?
Yeah, I don't know. The ship is on a collision course with the Savon Nexus. And anyone who wants to can roll an Arcana or History check. Your choice.
Cool.
I got a 16.
Natural 1.
I got a 6.
I got a 19.
19. So 16 and 19. You've heard a little bit about. You haven't heard this about this Nexus in particular, but you've heard the term used. It's usually used for a tear in reality itself. And there are stories about objects going into a Nexus. There are no stories about an object ever coming out of a Nexus.
Okay, that definitely
Great.
brings my movie certainly higher. So, Veronica, is there a reason why you can't steer the ship away from the Nexus?
Access to ship's controls has been locked out.
By whom?
Unknown.
As a,
Access can only be restored from the flight deck.
I have 2 questions, Veronica.
Yes,
Which way is the flight deck, and how old is that blood?
the blood is at least a few days old. Accessibility to the flight deck is ill advised, as there is no gravity and the flight deck has been depressurized.
Great.
One would need a containment suit to access the flight deck.
Is there one?
Fortunately, one can find personal containment units within the cargo bay.
so let's go to the cargo bay. That seems to solve a lot of our issues.
Yep, that sounds great.
Yeah, I'll meet you guys there. I'll be right back, okay?
Coolio.
And I'm going to take a big armful of whatever food that we found,
Yes.
and I'm going to run back over to the ship, near to the escape pod.
As you get there, Lieutenant Palmer. Hey, so did you find anything? Are we gonna have fuel? What the feck is all of this here?
Well, if you're
What?
not hungry, you don't have to eat it.
No, I'm very hungry. That's fantastic. Now, did you find fuel? Do I have control of the ship? What's happening? I hear this voice talking to you a bit, but I couldn't quite understand it ever since them doors closed.
Yeah, that's sometimes Daryl, sometimes Veronica. They're in there somewhere. I'm gonna go. We're gonna be in the cargo bay. Bye. And
Okay,
I waddle back over.
Lieutenant Palmer will enjoy her snacks as you waddle off towards the cargo bay. And heading in this direction, you quickly notice the cargo bay is dark. It is extremely cold here. You can see all sorts of crates that are just strewn about. There are steel catwalks about 15 feet above the floor that allows you to walk over the entire area unimpeded. If you wish, you can choose to take the ground passageway and actually walk around through the cargo area itself, or if you wish, you can use the upper walkways. No real preference by me. Either way, you want to do that.
How high are the upper walkways?
They're about 15 feet above the floor itself. And there are ladders that lead down to the cargo area every so often on it. You're guessing the primary use of them is probably for folks who know what's in the cargo bay to get to where they want to get and drop down.
Hey, can you guys actually see in there? I can't see a thing.
I can.
Is there enough light to actually see where we're going, or?
There's just enough light to move around by. It's very, very dim. So folks without dark vision wouldn't be completely blind, but it's very, very difficult to see.
So Bubbles has a kind of somewhere between a staff and a cane that he kind of walks around with. It looks to be made out of like some sort of like a pink and blue coral. And he's like, okay, well, I can't see in there either. And he's just going to cast light on the
Solid.
And so,
Mhm.
illuminating, you're able to see the entire cargo area fairly well. It's quite cold in here. It feels very refrigerated, and there's a strange amount of moisture in the air, and the air itself feels kind of thick in here, and you just get this uneasy sense of dread about you as you begin to walk into the cargo area.
Well, I don't like this. I think maybe our best course of action, because we don't know how this ship's organization is, we should just go down and just start looking through things as we go along.
From up here, let's look for. Hey, let's look to see if they have maybe it's organized alphabetically. Maybe we'll look for. Let's look for the T for the batteries.
Yeah, sure, let's take a
Yeah.
look.
And as you begin to
I thought
enter,
it was D batteries, not D batteries.
Well, it would be
When
the
we
D
wanna go to
batteries.
D? Oh, the D bat. God, that makes a lot of sense.
and as you're beginning to head into the cargo area, you hear Veronica's voice. Collision in 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you, Veronica. Say hi to Daryl for me.
As this heavy sense of dread comes over all of you,
No.
I need everyone to make wisdom saving throws.
Saving
Oh
throws?
boy.
Oh,
Hey. Oh, thank gods.
Is this a charm, fear, paralyze, poison, stun, or sleep effect?
No.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay, you take 4 points of psychic damage.
no.
15.
You take 2 points of psychic damage.
21.
2 points of psychic damage.
Great.
And I missed what Tim got.
Oh, Tim got a 19.
19. So Tim takes 2 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
Ow.
All right, someone's
a-
being smart here. I don't like it. Hurts my head.
Yeah, I got a bit of
Why
a
does my
migraine.
head hurt? It's
Yeah, I don't like
weird.
that.
Veronica,
And-
do you know what just happened? Why is our heads all hurt now?
Unknown. I do not understand the question.
Is
Oh,
there
my head
something?
hurts.
Who else is here, or what else is here with us?
Scanning.
Can I scan too?
Yeah, make a perception or investigation check, your choice.
Ooh, that's a natural 20 for 23.
Nice.
Looking about, you don't see anything that seems to be moving about, following you, or anything. But what you do notice is a few things that look out of place, primarily along the ceiling above you. You see what looks like these large, almost leathery spheres, kind of oblong and misshapen, hanging down off of some
Mhm.
corners and from some
Mhm.
support beams above you.
Mm-mm.
That's really weird up there, guys. We should go say hi.
I don't.
Veronica, do you know what those are?
They could be friends.
They are
Come
not
through.
anything within my database.
So
Not
it's
common.
All right. So, Tim, you were saying that we should bring one of them down.
Absolutely do. I'm gonna do that.
I can do that too.
Well, but I don't think there's going to be batteries in there. We already found the food. That's definitely not a spacesuit. We only got a couple hours, guy.
It would probably be best that we stick to the essentials and not worry about whatever that unsettling thing is up there.
If there's one thing that I've learned in my adventures is that if you see something like that, it usually comes back to you eventually.
Oh well, potato tomato. Let's go on.
And I'm just
Alright.
gonna pop in my mage hand and just have it like help me open crates and stuff as I'm just looking through
Sure.
stuff systematically.
A lot of the crates, you're finding various parts of mining equipment. You find just random goods and supplies, equipment for farming, clothing. You find some food supplies, large bins of MREs and containers of potable water.
Oh,
None of yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, you said you say mining equipment.
I would like to grab
Yeah,
a
and
pickaxe.
Yeah, or pickaxe, or actually, can I see if there's like one of the hats with a light?
There is. You do find like some basic pickaxes. You do find the classic miner's hat, and you know, so you're able to shine that beam.
All right, well, I'll put it on.
Lovely. It's very fetching.
You look snazzy, Captain. A
And I look-
plus.
And I look directly at you and accidentally shine the light on your face.
Wow, that's really bright. I can't see.
Oh, sorry.
How big are the containers of water?
They're just big old like 5-gallon jugs. It's about a 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot cube.
So upon finding the water, if anybody is watching him, you'd notice Bubbles gets pretty excited about finding some water, and he's like, "If you need me, I'll be over here. I'll be just a minute." And so he's going to kind of reach into his bag and pull out what looks like just a little handkerchief, and unfolds a corner of it. And he kind of looks down into it and pulls out this just a tube of just like a leather tube, and it just starts kind of draining water out of this napkin that seems to be there. And once I empty out as much water as I feel is in this cube, you just see him start pouring water seemingly onto the floor, but he's actually pouring it into this little handkerchief.
Lovely. As you do this, I need. Oh, who should? Let's have everybody roll a d20 for me and see what happens.
Hate that. I don't
What
like
could possibly go wrong?
Oh, I love this shit. Makes me so happy.
4 is the number of the count.
4.
I got a 4.
Well, we don't need to go any further because somebody rolled below a 5.
Oh, there you go.
Even actually, that's great. That's great.
Oh no.
As Bubbles is pouring this water, you hear this sound, and it sounds like just this cacophony of whispers coming from various directions all around you. And flying up at you at a rapid pace, all of a sudden whipping down off of the ceiling, you see what essentially looks like a dark leathery cloak flying in your direction. More than one of them. You see there are about 5 of them screaming towards you. And at this moment, I would please like you all to roll for initiative.
I'll leave you friend, Tim.
Great. Love this.
Obviously, these are all new friends that we all should be friendly with.
Well, let's get that nat 1 out of the way.
Yep.
That's you said it's nat 1 for you there, Phoenix.
Yeah, so for a total of 4.
Total of 4.
Jesus, I also nat 1 for a total of 3.
Love it. What'd Tim get?
Tim got a 9.
9. And how about the captain?
13 after rolling a 6 because I have
13 total.
Swap
Well,
bucklers.
with that, Captain, you are up as these creatures are flying directly towards you. What would you like to do? They don't look friendly.
Well, I'll take out my rapier.
Alrighty, make an attack roll.
And is there a way that I can hit? So are they just coming down, or where?
They're just coming
Yeah.
straight down and flying straight in your direction at very rapid speed.
Is there a way that I can hit one without being like close to someone else, like being like 5 feet away from any other creature?
You would be able to move that to use your whole swashbuckler good stuff.
Oh, cool. All right,
I pick up what you're putting down.
All right, cool. And then I'll swipe at one of them.
Lovely. Make an attack roll.
That's 22 hit.
That absolutely hits. Please give me damage for this.
All right, and then because of the swashbuckler, also rolling sneak attack on this one.
Yes, you are.
Ooh, baby. 11, 18, 22.
22. Nice. And you're using a rapier?
Yes.
So you watch
Ooh, a
as the
level
captain
3. Damn.
takes his blade, stabs it upward into one of these, and just kind of spins it around and then whips it outwards and just cuts this straight in half. It sounds sort of like a piece of wet leather tearing as this blade cuts through it, and the 2 halves of it hit the ground, no longer moving. But you see this very dark blood just seeping out from the wounds of either half of this thing. Yeah, nice turn there, Captain.
And then, sorry, just double checking one thing. Oh, actually, I don't. Actually, Jordan, you might know because I know you played a turtle. Is
Yeah.
the going to your shell an action or a bonus action?
I
It's
believe it's an action.
It's an action to go
Oh, no,
in,
it's
a
a-
bonus
it-
action to come out, or the
Yes,
other way
all right.
around.
Actually,
No.
okay.
It's bonus action to go out, and then it's an action to go in. All right.
Good.
So then I'll just cunning action disengage, move a little away from the group, and just shout, Come at me, you glittery fucks," and just look at them straight on, just shining the light of my thing on them.
Alrighty. Well, it's their turn, so we will see what these leathery individuals do. The first one will fly straight at you there, Captain, and that is a. Ooh, that's a lot to hit. It is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
So you will take a total of 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and this creature attaches to you, and it just engulfs your head. You are blinded, and you are currently unable to breathe. Next one's coming at you, Jordan. That is, it's not a natural 20. I think it missed. That's a total of 9.
Yeah, that misses.
All right, next one's coming at Tim. That's a natural. Oh no, it's a natural 7, not a natural 1. But I don't think a 10 hits you, Tim.
No, 10 does not hit me.
All right, and then lastly, we're coming at Bubbles here. That is a natural 20.
Jeez.
And so Bubbles will take a grand total of 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and it engulfs your head. You are blinded and unable to breathe, and that is their turn. And after all of that, Tim, you are now up.
Well, I'm going to see that both Bubbles and the captain are being attacked, and I'm going to go, oh my God, our new friends, they're not so friendly. And I'm going to just point and go, J'accuse, and I'm going to cast Firebolt at the captain's head.
Okay. I love it. Make an attack roll.
That's a 10.
Believe it or not, it just hits.
Yo.
Just barely.
Yep.
I'm trying to get it in real tight, Cap.
Yep.
And
Go ahead and roll damage.
6 damage.
6.
Yeah.
Well, these things don't have a lot of hit points either, because we're essentially using minion rules with these guys. So this firebolt comes out and just like a surgeon, like you're performing LASIK, just the two sides of it slough off.
Like a surgeon.
For the very
Operating.
first time.
Operating for the very first time.
All right. Anything else for you?
Gods.
All righty. That's going to bring us to Bubbles. And you currently have whatever in the shit this thing is engulfing your dome.
So with it engulfing my dome, am I able to do verbal right now?
You'd have to make an Arcana check is how I would rule. It doesn't say you can't, but I feel like because of what this thing is, I think it would muffle you. So I'm gonna make you make an Arcana check for
Yeah, just remember, he has no lips, so he has more space to talk.
True.
So, all right, I am attempting to cast Sap Moisture, which is just a flavored Toll the Dead.
it. Okay.
Oh no, that's an
We all
Arcana of
switched
6.
around. Ah, we're back.
Guys, 6. Yeah, you're just oil can. Yes.
So
Sorry.
I will use the rest of my action to just, and I'm just kind of patting this thing on the head, not attacking it, just frantically flailing in terms of my own head.
If you would like,
Bubbles trying to say.
I will allow you for your action because again, I'm making a DM ruling here. There is no rule that says you can't. I will let you make a strength check to try and pry this thing off your dome.
Oh God. Okay. This will go great. This will go
The
great.
strength of a fish.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20
Strength of a surgeon.
for 19.
Just pops this thing off like a comedic top hat. You can breathe once again. Unfortunately,
Great.
that's your action, but you're no longer engulfed by the whatever it is. And oh, that makes me very, very happy on that.
Gods.
So, what does Eric want to do? As it now comes to his turn.
Eric is going to I'm just gonna slash at the one that hit me or that tried to hit
Love-
me with
Make
my
an attack
scimitar.
roll.
That's
Make an attack roll.
I don't know why I'm gonna try and make it difficult. 17.
Oh yeah, give me damage.
Cool. That is gonna be 9 points of damage.
Love it. More than enough, as this one is completely cleft in twain. The pieces of it hitting the ground, which is going to bring us all the way back to the top with the captain.
Can I tell from here like how many there are?
There are 2 left.
All right. Well, I run to the first one, and just try to position myself again.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. You're in a cargo bay. There's lots of room to move around.
Well, that's not good. 9 to hit.
9 will just miss. As you were trying to get it a little too flashy, like you tried to do that full sideways run, thinking that you're Quicksilver or something. Your boot kind of slips a little bit, and you have to catch yourself, unable to actually make a deft strike at it.
All right. So can I use my then bonus action to do another swing with the 2 fighting roll, or no?
I allow rapier and dagger because it's an actual fighting style. Technically, you're not supposed to be able to use a dagger with your rapier, but I'm going to allow it.
Yes, you are.
'cause
They're both light weapons. So yeah, you totally can.
Rapier's
Rapier is
not light.
finesse. It's not right. It's
Rapier's-
finesse, not light.
Finesse, not light.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Correct. Yeah,
Oh,
That's
all right.
stupid.
I agree, which is why I allow it, because rapier and dagger is a fighting style. So, and I know that style of rapier is more akin to épée, which is more of a foil, because original rapiers had a much heavier blade on this. I know my history of swords, but still, rapier and dagger is a goddamned fighting style. So, Mario, you can attack if you use a dagger.
All right, I'll use a dagger.
Yeah,
11, 17 to hit.
that will hit. Go ahead and give me all that damage, even though I know this thing won't survive.
Well, I mean, I already used. Oh no, I didn't use sneak attack because I didn't. hit,
Correct.
so- All right, so 1d4 dagger. Sorry, I rolled a d8 by accident,
You had
And
D4
I
on
ro-
steroids.
and I rolled it down the table.
I didn't need it.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! 14.
Yeah, this thing is beyond done.
So yeah,
You
no,
just take one hand and pin it against the bulkhead and just rip upward with the dagger.
no, I mean I said that because it was a 6, a 4, and a 4.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, that thing's
So-
beyond
so-
done.
So yeah, at least my damage rolls are good.
The last one is just going to start trying to fly off and get away. I think the only one of you who's really got something that's got a good chance to reach it would be Tim. Unless Eric's got like a long range beam. Actually, any of you spellcasters could try to reach this thing, but Tim's up first.
Okay. Well, Tim's still taken in awe about how cool it was watching Eric slice that other one in half, and then also watching the captain. So cool. Super cool, guys. And Eric's gonna point out to that last one trying to flee, and he's gonna go, "Freeze, mister!" And he's gonna cast Ray of Frost at
Yes, please.
the leathery thing.
I love it.
17.
That will hit. Go ahead and give me damage.
It's one,
One point of damage.
but they're slowed by 10 feet.
It is slowed, and I know I'm using minion-ish rules. I'm gonna say 1 hit point doesn't quite kill it, but it is slowed down. I don't know if either of you spellcasters want to try and finish this thing off. Like, I'm nice, but
Yeah,
not that.
I'll go ahead with another. Yeah, I'm bleeding, and I will go ahead and cast another sap
Hold it.
moisture at it. So I need it to make the wisdom save, please.
Well, it didn't. So why don't you roll that damage, and then you can tell me what happens.
So that is 8 points of necrotic damage.
Why don't you walk me through the end of this creature?
So as it flees away, you see as Bubbles kind of makes just some gestures and calls out after it. And you just see as it continues to run, but you notice this kind of cloud starting to appear
Yeah.
as it runs away, kind of trailing behind it. And as it continues to run, you just see it's like getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier as all of the moisture is being sucked out of its body into this cloud that just drops behind it.
So yeah, this withered husk of this creature is just kind of splats against the ground, and then just this moisture spreading across the ground a bit behind it, where it lands. And you notice all these little sacks kind of up on the ceiling. They sort of quake as this last one hits the ground, dead. Everyone who want to can make a perception check.
Do I have the
7.
time to guide myself for it?
Yes, you would. Is it 7?
Yeah.
You're still staring at the one that got the moisture torn out of it.
My teammates are all so cool. You're all so cool.
That's 14 for me.
12 for me.
23.
23. Only the 23 notices that in the corner, one of these sacks is starting to break open, and you see one of these creatures is starting to crawl out of this sack, leading you to think it might be some sort of egg.
Yep. So Bubbles sees this and just goes, just kind of waddles on over to whoever is closest over to him. Say it's Eric there, and just starts pointing frantically over at the thing.
Ah, yes, I see that disturbing thing. Everyone should look at those things on the ceiling. And then I'm going to do something shameful, because it's been a couple of days that we've been, like, floating in the pod. I'm just gonna scoop up the one that I cut in half and drink some of its blood real quick, because it's been a while since I've had any blood.
I immediately walk over to Captain.
Would you do me a favor there, Eric?
Yeah.
Why don't you make me a little Constitution saving throw?
Yeah,
that is not
absolutely.
human blood.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Let's do a little con save. Just see what
yeah.
happens.
As now we got bad blood. It's 19.
You're fine. Okay. Yeah, it tastes awful, and
Yep.
it's thick. Like, just imagine the consistency of like a warm milkshake through a boba tea straw, and it's almost chewy.
It's better than starving.
Yeah,
You-
yeah. It's got a little funk to the flavor. It's sort of the experience is akin to like if durian and spaghetti squash had a baby. That's about what you're eating here.
Can I notice that?
Yeah, absolutely you can, because there's no way he's choking this down without making noise. Not a chance.
I'm just gonna come up to Eric and be like, "Hey, it's looking like you're not having the best time enjoying the blood of that disgusting creature. Can I help?"
Not really. Because if I drain you, it'll hurt you, and that will be bad for if we get in another fight. So I'll just
Not necessarily, but I got an idea, and I'm going to use prestidigitation to turn the blood to taste like chocolate milkshake because I have that ability.
right.
This is why prestidigitation is such a great ability.
I
And
did
now it
not
tastes
know
like
you could
chocolate
do that.
milkshake.
I did not know you could do that, Tim. I will remember that.
Thanks. I like to make people smile.
Yeah. Well, like while you're smiling.
Yeah, so fight or flight? I just say that out loud for everyone to hear.
I'd say flight because we need to find those batteries.
They'd be in here.
Then
I
don't
immediately
know.
cast Shut Moisture on it then. As soon as you say that.
I got a 14 wisdom save.
That is going to save.
Okay. So this thing is still starting to crawl outwards, and it looks, well, right in your direction there, bubbles, and it's still trying to pull itself fully out of this egg. It's not quite free yet.
I duck
Crossbow?
behind Captain.
Crossbow? Make an attack roll with advantage because it can't really move for beans trying to come out of an egg sac.
All right. So that was a 2 and then a natural 20.
You don't even worry about damage. You just take aim and just pin it right up to the bulkhead. And as you do, you feel a slight shudder in the cargo bay as all of the eggs in unison seem to shriek. And as you do this, you all hear a voice in unison in your minds.
No.
Interesting. Guests. I advise departing and doing so now. Your demise, it won't be quick for all of you. I'm watching.
Is that you,
What?
Veronica?
Since you're watching, where are the batteries and we'll get out of here?
Yeah, mysterious voice. Where can you get some of these?
Somebody's nuts, and I shoot another one. I can't not do it.
Okay, yeah, make an attack roll.
Yeah.
Just regular roll attack roll with crossbow.
Yep. That's an 18.
18. Yeah, you fire right up into another one of these eggs, the crossbow piercing it and tearing it open.
Is there a reaction or something of the eggs like last?
Oh yeah,
one?
like all of them seem to shudder in unison as if they are part of some sort of hive mind. And after you fire that one, Eric, you all hear this, but you're pretty sure you know who it's directed to. I don't know if I'll kill you first or last, but I'll enjoy it.
How
More ominous voices than you have tried.
Yeah. So how far up are the eggs?
So they're about, if you're you guys are on the ground levels, they're about 25 feet up because the walkway is 15 and they're about 10 feet above that.
And I try to climb up to swing at one of them. Or some of them.
Absolutely. I mean, if you want to focus on finding and destroying these eggs, I won't make you make attack rolls for all of them. It's just going to take a little time.
Can I choose something then?
Yeah, what you want to do?
Well, you said that the air is thick with moisture, correct?
Yes.
So I'd like to use another cantrip that I have called Shape Water. And I'd like to be able to use that ability to form that moisture into like a simple shape kind of deal. And you see if I can use that to make it like a fine ice-like blade to just spin around, possibly cutting these eggs from their tethers up there and hopefully crash splatting down into a nasty leather omelet.
Get an Arcana check.
It's a terrible one for me, but you're okay.
Leather omelet is a very specific brunch spot for bears.
I got a 14.
14. So it takes you a full minute because there's not a ton. Again, it's a little humid, but it's not, coming down like a monsoon. But after focusing, as some of your allies are bringing some of these eggs down, you sure enough do create this water blade, which then hardens into ice and just like a polar Cuisinart is just pulverizing its way through some of these eggs. Every so often it hits one and the blade will break, but because you're using shaped water, you take that moment to then reform it and just stab back into it. You find it's actually more efficient to just go poke like you're Norman Bates in attacking somebody in the shower. But all in all, it takes some time, and as the last of the eggs that you can find plop to the ground, you hear Veronica's voice. 2 hours until impact.
So while y'all are messing with the leather eggs, um, Bubbles is gonna cast locate object and look for a pressure suit.
So you focus on casting this spell, thinking of personal containment suits, and ping, you get a sense of where they are. And as you look to the far end of the cargo bay, by this massive set of blast doors that go from the floor all the way up to the ceiling of the cargo bay, you see two lockers, clear fronts on them. Each of them has 4 personal containment suits in them. But you
am I
have
able to
found personal containment suits.
open up the casing around them?
Yeah, walking over, it's just
Yeah, okay.
simple push button latch, and they open up, and you can access the suits.
So I will look over my shoulder, getting ready to call. I found, and then I just see everybody going and
Bing.
slicing these things. And I just like, oh, and just start slipping into one of them.
So it takes a little bit to get into it, and you notice a couple things very quickly on it, that you're not going to move around as easily in this thing. It's bulky, but it has breathable air, and even for your unique anatomy, it has a setting where it can actually hook up to your gills to
Oh, nice.
help you with flowing water. And the boots have a magnetic feature to them, essentially giving you the abilities of the spider climb spell.
Okay.
You do see
Can
on the
already do
wrist a battery meter, and it has a timer on it. And from the moment you close the suit on yourself, counting down from 1 hour.
And there's currently 2 hours, is what she had announced.
Correct.
Okay, so I'll actually slip it back off then. Pardon.
All right. So you called out to us, right? Saying that you found the suits.
Bubble.
Once you guys take, like, once I see you're wrapping up there, like, he is legit like, wow, and just starts putting it on and then takes it back off once he realizes that there's a limited time on it. But once you guys kind of finish up what you're doing, he'll be like, yeah, the suits are over here.
Nicely done. Let's put them on and head on to the
Well, they only-
ship.
So they only have an hour's worth of battery on them. So I don't know if maybe we can go try to find it right there, or maybe we put them on right before we go in.
Yeah,
So-
it sounds like a better idea, Bubbles, to put them on right as we're going into the depressurized area.
Is this something we're going to be able to lug around okay, or are we going to need to like leave them here until we're ready to actually do that? Bjorn, that would be
Oh, for
like
me,
are the suits like something that I can put into a backpack, or is it something that's so cumbersome like we really would need to just come back when we're ready
full.
for it?
It's like
Okay.
old school NASA suits.
Gotcha.
So you would need them for here.
Got it. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I guess we either come back or we just make a beeline right for it.
Then we might as well beeline because we're running out of time.
Yeah, let's do that. I put it back on for the second time.
So
To the suit.
well, so we're putting them on. But she's just thinking. Beeline, deep batteries. This is too many letters.
Well, just wait till you see the giant C on the captain's chair.
Hey.
Well, that's my favorite letter. The C.
Oh, I thought it would be R. Like, are you
Everybody-
insane? Let's get out of here.
Everybody thinks it'd be R, but his heart lies with the C, me lad. Second favorite letter is Q. Shock value.
Cute.
But as we're putting on the suits, I'll ask Veronica, once
Yes.
we have the suits on, could you guide us toward the control deck?
To reach the flight deck, you will need to take the lift from the common area.
Thank you, Veronica.
I can only allow you access if you are wearing a personal containment suit. Removal of personal containment suit while on the flight deck is not advised, as the flight deck is currently depressurized and the artificial gravity has been disabled.
Noted. Thank you. So
Well.
let's head over.
So it takes you a little bit to get over to the lifts because again you're just sort of toddler bouncing in these things. They're
It's like
they're
the
not
opening-
very
It's like the opening of Knights of the Old Republic 2.
exactly. You're not super maneuverable, but you eventually get over to the lift and are able to head upwards. As you reach this upper station, you find yourself on the flight deck, on the bridge. You see quickly the bridge itself has 9 stations total. You assume one for each crew member. And one of the stations is near the center. You assume the captain's chair. You assume the corpse in that chair is likely that of the captain wearing a personal containment suit with the helmet has been removed, still clutched in her right hand.
Does that imply that she took it off herself?
You're not sure.
I make assumptions, so I will.
So, is there anything else that I can see or find in the captain's corpse or suit?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, join on that with the medicine check.
You may.
Can I just help?
Sure. You applaud.
So I think that'll give you advantage to.
Yes.
Research.
Yeah. You can give one of them advantage.
Who are you giving to?
I'll
I
give
don't
it
know,
to you.
but I'll give
But
the
they both-
other advantage.
There you go.
I'll help Bubbles.
Well, at 12.
Wow, that's as best as I could possibly roll. That is a nat 29.
Dang. So, looking at this, you can't see any evidence that anyone removed the helmet from her. Seems likely she probably did it herself. And you don't find anything else significant on her. You do find some sort of key card or access ID. Looks basically like a black steel credit card with a single stripe on it. No real differentiating information on it. Just this card that was clipped to the captain's belt. Interestingly enough, on the exterior of this containment suit, perhaps it goes to some aspect of the controls here. And as you're looking, you hear this little skittering sound, and you see a very strange creature. It has 4 legs. It's only it's about the size of a small footstool. It has 4 legs that come out into these almost hybrid of like a dog's paw and like a bird's talons. And where there would be a body, you just see what looks like a disembodied brain.
Oh no.
Mm.
And I
That
would
could be a
like you
friend.
all
Not a friend.
to roll for initiative.
Can
Oh,
I
boy.
can I give it scritches and go? Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
Sure can when it gets to your turn.
That is not a friend. Only it was
No,
a
I know what
fiend,
it
I
is,
have
but Tim
advantage.
doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Tim get for the old an old initiative there?
21.
21. All right. Let's see how those scritches go. How about Eric? What did Eric get?
15.
All right. That's cool. That's cool. And what did we get from the captain?
25.
25. Holy snot bags.
Yeah.
And then lastly, what do we get from Bubbles?
22.
22. Wow. So we will start this up. And yeah, so it's going to be top of the round. The captain goes first. And the other thing that happens is you all hear that voice again, but it's coming from somewhere within this room. Well, I'm going to enjoy this. What do you want to do, Captain?
So where's this creature in like relation to us and the I guess the front of the ship?
It is within this area with you. The room you're in's not super huge. It's a fairly long area. At the back of it, there are the 2 lifts on either side behind you, and then it opens up into where these 9 control panels are. So where this creature stepped out near the captain's chair, I'd say it's about maybe 20-ish feet away with you. We're doing Theater of the Mind, so I'm going to play real fast and loose with
Yeah, yeah.
distances.
Cool. And you said that it's and you said it has a body that looks a little disembodied, or
Its body looks like a brain. It just looks like a brain with legs.
oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm going to do something stupid.
Awesome.
All right, so we say that the flight deck is currently depressurized and no real gravity, right?
Correct.
So anyway, it's really down. So I'll back up. Just tell me if this is too shenanigan. I'll back up. So just my cunning action. Sorry, what's the word? Cunning action to dash.
Okay.
Towards the thing, and once I get enough speed, can I withdraw into my shell just to fire myself as a projectile?
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to have you make an athletics check to do this.
Could it be acrobatics?
I wouldn't say it's really acrobatics. You're just trying to muscle your way kind of into this, because acrobatics is all about being like dexterous and flashy, and this is just full on bull rushing and slamming into a thing.
All right, I'll take that.
All right. Yeah, give me an athletics check.
17.
17. Yeah, that will work. So I'm going to say you collide with it and you will knock it back. Give me a D4 plus your strength mod. If your strength is negative, then just a D4 worth of damage.
At 2.
2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I was hoping for falling damage, but I'll take that.
So you slam into it, and it instantly gets knocked prone by you slamming into it in your shell. But you are currently in your shell as you collide with this strange brain creature.
All right.
That was ridiculous and amazing, and I loved it so much. Bubbles, what do you want to do?
So we heard the voice again from within the room,
Oh, you did.
but I don't see where it is, correct?
No, you see nothing.
Okay, that makes it very clear what I am going to do. I cast Sanctuary on myself and take the dodge action.
Okay. Cast. And what does your sanctuary what does your sanctuary look like?
So as I cast Sanctuary around myself, there is just this kind of swirling, again, just kind of mist of faintly radiant blue water kind of spiraling around his form.
Okay. So you are sanctified. When I attack you, please remind me, because I will forget that.
What do you mean when you attack? Why would you Why would you do that?
I have my reasons. Don't worry about it.
No.
But
Fuck.
all of that, it brings it around to Tim. Tim, what do you want to do?
Well, Tim, of course, is a little unnerved from hearing Leather Daddy's voice again. So that's what Tim is named the hideous voice, Leather Daddy, because all the leathery creatures. And Tim is like, okay, maybe this creature is not a friend. Let me think here. And Tim is going to cast Magic Missile at the creature, so that way they don't hit the captain.
Love it. Give me some damage because it's just magic missile.
Yeah. Auto
This
crit.
brain,
Well, auto hit.
this brain can't cast shield.
Sadly,
that's
no.
5 points of damage.
Okay, so you watch as these 3 force darts just bam, 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 slam into this creature's prone form, and it kind of shakes with fury, not really making any sound because it, doesn't have a mouth, but you hear this roar of pain in your mind as it telepathically screams in your head.
I guess those scritches didn't work.
That is going to bring it to Eric. What does Eric want to do with this brain puppy?
With my time sailing the astral sea,
Uh-huh.
what would I know about what it takes to power up the ship and get like the gravity and stuff back on?
So you would know there are probably a few processes to go for. You're seeing all these control panels. You would need a little time to look at each one, figure out what they go to. What's navigation? What's security? What's looking at overall engine health? What's life support? So
Right.
you're familiar with sailing the astral sea and all of that. So if there was no threat, you could figure out how to get things set and how to get everything working. We'll get to, there's not enough time right now for you to glean some other stuff. So if you survive, we'll get to that.
Gotcha. Well, in that case,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just. Well, I'm glad my scimitar is outside of my suit, and I'll pull my scimitar, use my bonus action, and I guess bite my own lip, because that's the only way I can do this without puncturing the suit. Bite my own lip, and
you got fangs.
activate my Crimson Right.
All right.
So I'll take. Why did I do maximum Crimson Right damage to myself?
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but you'll see my my scimitar crackle oh wait, no. This isn't the lightning blood hunter. This one's the cold blood hunter, so you'll see just kind of a sheen of frost.
Okay.
And then
Love
I'm
it.
going to slash at it.
Swing away.
So that'll be a 19 to hit.
That will definitely hit. Go and give me that damage.
All right, so that is 9 regular slashing and
Okay.
an extra 3 cold.
Alrighty. So you cut deep into this creature, and it also screams into your brain, damage being done into it. You could feel its body quaking against your blade as you stab into its form. It really did not enjoy this at all.
Yeah, good.
As you stand there, your blade pierced into this. Do, 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 do. Hey, hey, hey. Cocked. And well, I didn't crit on you, Jordan.
Well, that's great.
But that is a 21 to hit.
That does.
And all of a sudden, let's see here. First damage you take is that's beans for damage. You will take 8 points of psychic damage.
Great.
And you all notice this creature, these dark flowing robes behind it, its head slightly swollen, no hair on it this kind of smooth, wet, almost purplish skin, and you see these tentacles from the bottom of its face that have wrapped around Eric's head. And you are grappled, and I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh,
That's
no.
great. Thankfully, that's boosted. And that's a dirty 20.
You are not stunned then, but
Yep.
you are very, very grappled as this creature has attacked you.
It's great.
And
Fine.
that
Everything's
that
fine.
yeah, that's fun. No, that's very, very fun. And he's got some tricks. And after that, it's the intellect devourer's turn.
Yep.
So let's see here. First, it's going to make a claw attack at Tim. Did not like your method of giving scritches.
Mm,
That does a 15 hit?
yes.
Alrighty. So go ahead and take. Ooh, that's not. Alrighty. So go ahead and take 5 points of slashing damage from its claw.
Ah,
And
not fun scritches.
I know. And then the next one, this is going to be coming at you here, Bubbles. It's going to try and devour your intellect. So I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
So I need it to first pass a wisdom save.
Okay.
Mhm.
No, it does not. Does it lose its turn, or does it have to move to somebody else?
It has to either attack somebody else or lose its turn.
Okay, Captain, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, fun. Thus,
Gotta
a
love it.
9 pass.
And a 9 does not pass. So, first you're going to take some psychic damage.
Oh boy.
Don't like that. Do not like this.
You're going to take 7 points of psychic damage. And we are going to see if you're stunned. What's your intelligence score?
9.
9. I have to equal or exceed 9 on 3d6.
Oh
If I
boy.
succeed,
Okay.
the score will be reduced to 0. It's 2. Need 7 more. That's a 5. I'm at
It is
7.
the man's birthday.
As you said that, I rolled a 1, Jordan, and I blame you. That's a total of 8.
Good.
So because Jordan invoked the power of birthdays, he's not stunned.
Maybe the real treasure.
Yeah, I was kind of looking forward to that because like you'd be stunned until you regained 1 point of intelligence. I'm like, how in the snot are you going to do that? So your intelligence is the same. The intellect devourer does not make anything happen there, but yeah, that's going to bring it all the way back around to the top of the round, which is going to bring it to the captain. You also notice in this moment, you can hear, because you guys came up the starboard side lift, and you're hearing a sound where you can hear the port side lift is coming upwards.
Uh-oh.
Your
Fine.
turn, Captain.
Great.
All right. So there's 2 creatures, right? The one grappling, the brain one, and the try to eat intellect one. Correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. There's the brain one that's the intellect devourer, and there's the one that's got somebody grappled by the head. There's the mind flayer.
Yep.
All right. So I will first get out of my shell with my bonus
Yeah.
action,
Love it.
and then, I mean, I'm going to the because a rapier is stabby, not slashy.
Correct. It's
Well, then,
piercing damage.
right, then I'm going to stab the thing in its back lobe
Alrighty, make an attack roll.
because I guess I'm behind it. All right. 15 to hit.
That will hit. Go ahead and give me damage.
and I'm going to sneak attack on it.
Yep, you do have an ally within 5 feet. You very much have an ally within 5 feet.
Yeah. And even if there wasn't anyone else within 5 feet of me, that
Oh yeah, no, you got all that cool swashbuckly stuff.
Swashbuckler for when you never want to attack without sneak attack.
Correct.
4, 5, 6, 7, 12 points of
12 points of damage to this creature, and you can hear it cry out in pain in your head. I will look forward to devouring you next. I might spare you if you get in your pod and leave now.
And they go, all right, and just start walk out, take a few steps, or like just walk away from it. And I
Well-
can say if I just can wink at Eric, so just walk away from it.
So yeah,
Because
it
in
doesn't.
Swashbuckler thing, I attacked him. I don't throw opportunity attack.
Yeah, you do not, which is going to bring that over to Bubbles. You are up, and then Tim is on deck.
Okay. So as I see this this brain targeting me, and then it promptly skitters away over to Captain. As I hear, well, wait a minute. Did I hear the Mind Flayer talking about I will eat you next?
No, that was only
was
in the
Specifically in
captain's
his head.
head.
Okay.
Just to, that was just for the captain. That was a
Okay.
special birthday message.
Okay. Well,
Dine on turtle soup.
I am going to and so Eric is currently grappled, correct?
Sure am.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also if it makes any difference, you see that the captain's not doing very well.
Okay. So let's see here. We're gonna do, so that's an action, and those are both actions. So I will do one this time and something else here on the next. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to look over towards the two officers here, Captain and Eric, and look to the two of them. You guys, I think, oh God. And I just kind of like cast my hands out over them. And you see again just this fine mist of water linking the two of them.
Mhm.
And then it dissipates. And you now have an emboldening bond with each other. So you can add a d4 as long as you're within 30 feet of each other. Add a d4 to an attack, ability check, or saving throw.
Nice.
And that was an action. Would it be? Could I, with a bonus action, there was the, like the key card around the dead captain's neck.
Yeah.
Can I look around and see if I can figure out where that belongs within the?
I would call that
Within
a
the
full
control panel?
I would call it a full investigation action. It's more than a bonus that I'd allow in a bonus action.
Okay. Could I call out and ask
Veronica,
Veronica?
I'll allow that. Yeah.
Veronica, where do these things go?
Veronica will answer you when it gets to her turn.
Okay, and I will then just put as much space between myself and everything else as I can.
Love it. That's going to bring it to Tim, and then Eric, you're on deck.
Okay. I have a shenanigan. I'm
My
wondering if I can
favorite.
pull it.
Possibly. I'm quite open to shenanigans.
So we are noticing, of course, that Eric is getting attacked by the mine.
Oh yes.
So, can I, if I'm looking in that area, can I notice around that area, perhaps like there's some pipes, like a heat sink pipe or a water pipe or something like that is around there, close by?
Give me a
Stay
perception
within-
check. Give me a perception check. We'll see. We'll see what you notice.
10.
10.
There are a couple things running up above its head. You have no idea what any of them are. And you have no idea what may or may not happen. Could hit one, could hit the other, could hit both, could hit nobody.
Kind of want to hit them all, as well as try to get the Mind Flayer in the same 10-foot radius sphere as I
Okay.
cast Shatter.
Okay. This is
It's,
bonkers, and I love it. What's the
Yes.
save on that?
That's a 13 con.
13 con. Okay, well, that's a 1. So the Mind Flayer does not save. Give me damage,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens to both of them.
That is 15 thunder damage.
15 thunder damage. There's just this huge deafening sound which rings in this Flayer's ears. Let's see here. I'm going to see if I can. Yeah, let's see what I come up with. Okay, so of these things running overhead, a couple of them bust open, and there is this very bright amount of light coming out of it. So here's what I need you to do for me, Jordan.
Oh no.
First I need you to make a Constitution saving throw against being blinded by
Yeah.
these sparks. The Mind Flayer is doing it too.
Wait, isn't Eric's head in the Mind Flayer's mouth though?
Somewhat, but he's French kissing
Okay.
calamari right now. So the eyes are visible because he's going to want to look into Eric's eyes when he kills him.
Okay.
It's a 19, so I hope I can.
19,
still
you
see.
are not blinded. Neither is the Mind Flayer.
Wow.
And then just go ahead and roll 2d4. We'll call it fire damage from this shower of sparks. I need you to make another con save for me there, Jordan, to see if you do or don't get damaged by the sparks. Ooh, Mind
Okay.
Flayer does.
That's a I love having a con mod for this character. That brings me to a 15.
Okay, you don't take damage. What'd you get on that 2d4? So that one's for Tim, the 2d4.
Oh, I do 2d4?
Yep, 2d4, call it 2d4 fire damage.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know that.
That's all good. It's all good. This is a shenanigan, so I'm just making it up as I go along.
Yeah, fair.
I got a 4.
Okay, still, it's a little extra damage to the Mind Flayer, and then there's some sort of liquid leaking outward. You're not quite sure what it is, or see, it's kind of just floating about, globulating in the air. Because
Can I tell if it has a water base to it?
it doesn't look water. It's some sort of like oil. It's got its own like viscosity to it, but it's not water based.
Okay, fair enough. Then what I'd like to do before I end my turn
Yeah.
is use 2 sorcery points to do Quicken Spell.
Okay.
This is where more shenanigans come in.
Yes, please.
Our dead former captain.
Very
Do
dead.
they have a name?
You don't know. They do, but you don't know it.
I'm gonna say, Captain, I know that you would do anything to help save the crew, as we are a temporary part of it. And if I could, I'd give you the Tim Medal of Honor, and I'm gonna use my sorcery points in order to cast Shape Water again on the captain, because the captain we know is actually dead, so they're an object now. They still technically have blood, thus freezing them, and I'm gonna grab the captain like a missile and throw it at the Mind Flayer.
I guess he's a javelin at this point.
The Mind Flayer seems to be very popular. We're just flinging ourselves at it.
One slight problem with that, you would have noticed the captain wasn't floating around in this space. The captain still has their seatbelt on.
Oh, I can't disengage this, but damn.
And not as part of it. I love where your head's at with this, but since the
Fair
captain
enough.
is not floating about, this is delightful, and I love the shenanigans, but the captain is connected to the chair.
Fair enough. Then instead, I will just cast another magic missile then at the
Okay.
mind flayer. Hopefully that will be able to help get.
You know what? You want to allow if you really want the full shenanigans on this. I will allow you to use that shape water to control the blood that's in the captain's dead ass arm, holding this helmet, and huck it as.
Oh yeah, let's do that then. I want to do that. I definitely want to do that.
Okay, this is an improvised weapon, but I want to go in the spirit of what you're trying to do. So please, this will be a range attack roll at disadvantage because of the zero gravity here. But let's just see what the heck happens.
Okay. Let me see here. So, first roll is a nat 20.
Okay,
Fuck.
but
Second roll is 16.
16 will actually still hit. So okay, yeah, give me just roll a d4. Tell me the result, and I'll add it to the captain's strength mod. Yeah, I'll give it a +1.
Okay.
D4 +1. 2, love it. So
Jesus.
you watch as Tim just puts this arcane energy into the captain's dead form and just full Weekend at Bernie's. You see the helmet
No. No.
across the mind flayer's head. And in your head, Tim, look at this. I don't even know what to think or make of this. I don't know if I admire you or pity you, but I have never encountered a creature like you in all my existence.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Amazing. So that's going to bring it to Eric. You're French kissing with calamari. What do you want to do?
Yep. So with that, I'm going to while this face is like on whatever helmet that I've got on in this suit, I'll just, oh no, Captain, why are you running away from us? That's terrible. And I'm gonna bonus action Hex. I'm gonna bonus action Hex, and I'm gonna say the ability score that this Mind Flayer has cursed is their Constitution.
Okay. Yes, ability checks, not saving throws.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna hit it with the scimitar. And that's got the
Okay.
added bond D4 that I can add, right?
Yeah.
Great. So that is a math. What is math?
What is math? Baby,
17 to hit.
17 to hit. That will absolutely hit it.
All right. So we've got the scimitar's damage, which is going to be 8.
Yep.
And then the hex's damage, which is going to be 3 necrotic, and
Okay.
then the crimson right frost damage
Yep.
is another 4 of
The
frost.
4 damage.
Yep.
You stab into this thing, staring hate back at it. It's hurt. It's bloodied. It's still standing. It's its turn.
Oh no.
Oh.
Does a 17 hit?
17.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm guessing you don't have 55 hit points.
Holy moly.
Jeez, no.
It's using
What?
extract brain. Yeah, extract brain is 10d10, and I'm just using the average. Or I'll do the roll in case it comes really friendly for you, in case it gets pitifully low.
Yeah,
What do we get?
All ones.
No, I rolled 71.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but it's Jordan's birthday sometime this year.
Birthday plot armor.
There's no plot armor with mind flayers, my friend. You all watch as the tentacles drag the head in closer. This beak opens, presses against the skull, and you hear this.
I mean, it does
Sound.
have to break through the helmet first.
I'll do it at disadvantage. I'll do it at disadvantage, and I'm gonna look up how many hit points that helmet has.
It has.
I
sorry,
think
I
you're
know-
still dead.
I was gonna say I'm sorry. I know we're all supposed to be friends, but I actually still hope it works.
So I rolled a 17 plus. That was an 18 to hit.
God damn.
I'm gonna look real quick and see if this suit has HP or armor, and if it doesn't, I will give it some. How many hit points do you have?
I've got 20.
20.
You'd be
Yeah.
dead way over.
Yeah.
This thing does not have enough. Yeah. This
only-
beak punches through the helmet into your head. Your brain is sucked out through your skull and devoured.
If only blood hunters got shields along with their starting equipment.
As your body hits the ground dead, I'm going to text you a thing for what you're going to come into this
Oh
game
no.
as.
Great.
It's not bad.
Right.
Don't worry. It's not bad for them. This is to keep you active, so you're not watching all of them flounce about. Let's see, just real quick. I should have thought about what the backup things would be. Pardon me while I briefly look into. This is the first time I've killed somebody in a one shot.
Yeah.
Wowzers. All it took was a friggin' mind flayer against level 3s, but
Yeah.
So-
Who would
so-
have guessed that
Thank you for
would have
that.
worked?
And by the way, the other voice that we're hearing is actually a Tarask.
alrighty. So
There's a clay golem in my pool.
So guys, like seriously, was that Leather Daddy who just ate Eric's brain?
all right, Jordan, I just sent you a thing via Messenger. Just
Yeah, for sure.
you're gonna be very happy at what I just sent you.
Oh my god, that's funny. Yes.
You know it is. So you're gonna keep the same initiative, and I'll just get to what that is. Just use that, but this is gonna be
Yeah, for sure.
great. So
Fellas,
yeah.
did you guys see the brain get sucked out? It was like that from that one weird Paul Verhoeven film with the weird brain bug thing. That was so weird from Eric.
But now that has happened, does this guy got any good? No,
just-
no real good bonus actions. That's all right.
You just see Bubbles kind of dry heaving over in the corner.
Hey,
So
I think he can use his bonus action to choke on the brain.
oh no, he actually, but the other three of you here in your minds. So who's next? And that's going to bring it to the intellect devourer's turn, and it's going to. Yeah. I have to roll a saving throw against your sanctuary because it is going to try and do body thief on you, Bubbles.
Oh boy. So yeah, wisdom save.
That's a natural 20.
That doesn't. No. No.
We are now going to enter an intelligence contest. You roll an intelligence check, and I roll an intelligence check.
Oh
We'll
boy.
see, we'll see if you keep your brain.
I'll that's natural too. For 3.
For 3. So we need to roll again. So I also got a natural 2. For 3.
Yes.
So hold on.
Rollies.
Is this a stun effect, or
No.
is this something else? Okay.
This
Then
is
yep. $11 for a 12.
5 for a 6. So
What?
yeah. All my good stuff went to devouring your brain, Jordan. Sorry about that.
Not even using the bronze one, and still.
Yeah, it's so it out of frustration, it's going to try and no, it can't use reading this. It can't use claws and devour intellect. It can't use either of those. It tried to use Body thief. Well, shucky ducky if that doesn't sucked. Yeah, that's gonna bring it back top of the round, all the way to the captain.
Captain, Captain.
Well, I don't like brain things in my my friends' brains. So, you know what? Just charge at it and stabby. Hopefully in the mouth. Like choke on this.
You're going against the mind flayer.
Yep. And
Right.
might have just rolled a natural 20.
You know what? I'm gonna let you re-roll that with a little silvery barbs. Because it's a mind flayer arcanist, baby.
All right, then an 18 to hit.
That'll still hit, but none of this crit hit nonsense.
All right. Fine. For 8, 12, 16.
16. It definitely did some real damage. It's hurting.
And just because you gave me permission a little bit earlier, I'm going to
Swing
actually.
with the dagger.
Yes.
I'll let you.
Oh, actually, shit. Actually, I need to.
That's a
reroll
free
the-
action.
Yeah, actually, just need to reroll damage real quick because I rolled a D4 instead of a D8.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah. So that's 3 more points, actually.
Okay. 3 more points. This thing's looking pretty rough.
So I'm going to do the dagger attack now with the actual.
Okay.
D4 if I actually hit for 7, 6, 14 to hit.
14 will miss.
Cool. Then I will walk back out of a few feet.
Alrighty. So, Bubbles, it is your turn. There's a badly wounded Mind Flare. There's a badly wounded Intellect Devourer. Even though you aren't getting any language from the Intellect Devourer that you understand, you can tell it's very frustrated that it could not enter and take over your mind. It doesn't like you.
Did Veronica say anything back to me?
I totally skipped her turn. Remind me what the question was.
Where does this go? Referring to the key card.
The card will give you access to the captain's panel on their station.
Okay. All right. So these are both of the things are badly hurt.
Oh, yes.
Man. And Captain is looking pretty rough as well, correct?
Yeah, he's badly hurt too.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Are
Are you
so,
over a twofer right here?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not. Well, actually, maybe I should.
Go for it. Go
So
for
I'm
it.
doing
Go
this
for it.
next to the. I'm doing this next to the Intellect Devourer.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I just
What does
got
your
a
fierce
crit.
weapon look like? I should just say.
Pardon, yes, thank you. So you see this kind of swirling vortex, it's basically like a floating whirlpool
Okay.
that shows up and just kind of engulfs the Mind Flayer and just starts tumbling it over and over with a crit. So that's a 25 crit to hit or 15 points of force damage.
15 points. You
Mhm.
splatter this brain. Just comes down and just the legs immediately splay outward in 4 directions. And it just kind of looks like an X marks the spot right now.
He
Oh,
brings the pace.
So gross. So gross.
That one's done. And what do you want to do for your normal action?
Action. Yeah, I am. Let's see.
And I mean, you hear the captain shout, "If you can do both, do both."
I don't know that I can, but all right. Well, all right. So the spiritual weapon is up and it is just swirling around this brain thing, and then
Mhm.
I will turn over to the mind flayer and like kind of barely like peeking through my hands to as I look over to it. Again, make the same gestures for the sap moisture, so it needs to make a wisdom save.
One wisdom save. It is a natural 19.
Yeah, no damage. So that is action, bonus action, free action to play dead. No, I will. As far as movement goes, yeah, shoot. I think I'm just gonna stay again pressed up in the corner as far as I can from it.
Alrighty. Yeah, this thing's looking real friggin' rough, but that is going to bring it to Tim's turn. So whatever he wants to do about what's left of this mind flayer.
Can I tell what that fluid is that was coming out that isn't water?
You're not sure. You assume probably it's probably something essential to something, either with navigation, coolant, any of
Oh,
that.
it's mercury, everybody. Don't worry.
Mercury.
It's mercury. It's the liquid metal fun to play with.
Exactly. Just use it as an exfoliant. See what happens.
Tim is a little sad right now because Tim is sad that Eric has passed on, and very mad at this jerk leather daddy mind flayer. So he's gonna cast catapult on
Cool.
Eric's sword
Yes.
to kill the mind flayer.
It's a dex save, right?
Yeah.
It's natural 1.
Ooh. Then that's 16 points of damage.
So you watch as this mind flare wiping the last of the brain residue from near its beak, looking over all of you, trying to decide who's going to be the next meal. All of a sudden is fully just calamari shish kebabbed up against the bulkhead by this sword catapult. And it is no more.
That was for Eric.
And you can from one of there's a storage locker in this area, and right about now you kind of hear this from the inside, like something just very rhythmically trying to get out.
I knock back 2 bits and a haircut.
It repeats your knock.
Oh, that's an obvious friend then. I open it.
And as you open it,
Is it still part of his same turn?
was it wearing a containment suit very similarly to all of you? Jordan, what do they see?
They see, like through the containment suit, it looks like this large gray head inside that looks like it's been sweating too much. Like they're just dripping. And you can see the face of a GIF that looks that looks like this, like whatever happened to this ship might have been on their first voyage out into wild space.
Hey there, how's it going?
Bad.
I mean, it was really bad, but it's better now, right?
I don't know. Right. Friend or foe?
It depends. Are you friend or foe?
That depends. Are you friend or?
We
I
asked
never learned
first.
what to do in this situation.
Bubbles is racing over to the mind flayer corpse. It takes out his dagger and is trying to cut open its stomach to see if it can retrieve Eric's brain.
Make a medicine check.
Okay.
Ooh, that
That's a
reminds me.
natural 19. 24.
No.
Damn.
Hey, Veronica, I have a question.
What is your question?
Obviously, there's an automaton that you have down there. Why didn't you come up and help us fight off this bad person trying to hurt us?
As you finish asking that question, the second lift that was coming upwards opens up, and just very awkwardly, limbs kind of flailing about, partially because of lack of gravity, Daryl comes tottering in.
Oh, never mind. Question answered. Hey, Daryl, what's up?
Hello. I see things are under control as much as possible.
And he looks up.
You're not under control
Oh,
at
no.
all.
It seems the navigation systems are going to need repair.
Oops.
Well,
And-
all of this is happening. Bosch is still looking at going back and forth with the thing that came out of Slugger. Well, it depends. Are you a friend or foe?
I don't.
Captain,
The-
that's Daryl. Daryl's our friend.
I don't know.
Private. And Daryl looks at you.
Private, I am glad to see you are still with us.
Yep, still alive, and he does a hasty salute.
Friend. Gotcha.
Veronica was concerned we had lost the entire crew.
Well, I mean, basically, if I wasn't shoved unceremoniously into the locker, I probably would have been lost as well. Things are bad. Wait, are things as bad as they were?
And
No,
Veronica,
I'm-
go
Sorry, can I make an insight check on that?
Sure.
On just like if basically before I ask Veronica about it, I'm wondering why she didn't know he was here. So does he seem legit? In insight, that's a 21.
He seems very legit. He seems legit. He seems nervous. And you've heard his rank. It was private. So not real essential to
Sure.
high-ranking command functions. And Veronica will speak.
It seems the captain's plan to scuttle the ship within the Nexus is still the best course of action.
Did we not deal with the threat already? Is there more?
So, Veronica, how much time is left?
There is 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 3 seconds remaining.
Seems like enough time.
Oh no.
The creatures you saw partially within the cargo bay are also elsewhere within the ship. In the time since I have reawoken, I have analyzed. It seems they are able to psychically corrupt and take over host individuals, and are able to quite thoroughly breed. Should they be allowed to reach an inhabited planet, through my calculations, it is only a matter of time before they could entirely enslave a world. And should said planet have interplanetary capabilities, or even worse, interplanar travel, there is no limit to what these creatures could go forth and do. The flayer you encountered was hoping to gather the specimens, leave with them, and distribute them in most horrific means. The fact you have taken care of this is most ideal. However, much of the threat yet still remains.
That's bad.
All right. That's bad. So, if, Veronica, if I understood correctly, you're saying there's more of those things on board, and they can control stuff. People psychically.
There are still some more within engineering.
All right. So, Private, what's your name?
Private Gunderson, sir. Sir, maybe I don't know what rank are
I'm
you.
as acting captain. So, Private, do you know anything about D batteries?
I mean, we keep some down in the cargo hold.
Do you know where?
Would he remember? Would he have been told in the first place?
He would not have been told. You would have an idea of what containers to look for, so you could speed up the time it would take to find them.
Well, I know they're down there, but a lot of things on this ship were need to know basis, and I didn't need to know much.
Well,
What if we get the
Well,
batteries? Do we?
yeah.
What if we just got the batteries and left? Like you said, the captain was going to scuttle the ship. That sounds like a good idea with all of this.
Yeah,
yeah.
like we take all the rest of the food and just get the fuck out.
Like that seems ideal.
Yes, but I would much rather not be scuttled alongside the ship.
Right? Do we get the batteries and then we leave the ship?
Yep. So, Private, this is a moment where we need you to know. So,
But I can't just magically know things that I was never told. Unfortunately, I think there's some magic that can do that, but I don't understand how magic works.
Well-
The cargo hold again?
Yeah, let's go back with our new best friend.
oh,
Uh,
did I see who was it take the captain's card thingy?
I think the card was ever taken. I think it's still on the body.
But now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll take the card thingy.
Ooh.
So Veronica, if the captain's card is destroyed, does that mean no one could change the course of the ship?
It would be possible, though it would be very unlikely and improbable, with the captain being deceased and with their access being no longer accessible. It would take either multiple officers to override, or it would take someone with great knowledge of the ship's systems to rewire and set it up for manual control. It is doable, but extremely difficult.
I'm just gonna whisper over to our new gift friend. Dumb machine. They don't realize that Captain's still alive right over there.
that you the I think Veronica was talking about the my old captain, my old captain.
Hey, no tears, only weirs. Let's get together and have a smile on your face. There you go. Happy kiss can be. Hey, question for you, buddy. Do you know if there's any areas around here that are considered to be off limits and locked up? Because maybe that's where the batteries are. I feel like that'd be something that people would lock up.
I mean, at this point, with our apparently the new captain, with the deceased captain's key card, you could get access anywhere, because that's what gives the authorization.
Claim the cube. Let's go.
Oh, it was in the cargo bay.
The
You would know
batteries are
that
probably in the cargo bay. Yeah.
you're definitely gonna. There's a good chance there's something in cargo bay. The other place you would definitely find them
Engineering.
is engineering, since they would be powering functions from there.
But we know engineering is a not good place to go.
If we take all the batteries, well, that means that the old captain's plan wouldn't work because there's no more power to the ship.
Well, also,
The ship would continue to drift on the same course it is on, though it would reach the Nexus in slightly longer time than present course, we would still arrive and the result would be identical.
Is
Then
there
sounds
really
good.
is there really no way to save the ship though?
Should
I mean,
the
unless
threat
you-
be neutralized, then control could be restored and the ship could be maintained.
I mean,
Question, Veronica.
Yes, question and private. It sounded you had something to say.
I just I mean, how did you all get here to this ship?
They arrived through a breach in the hull through the workshop.
Do you have your own ship then?
This is a sleep pod, but it needs batteries.
When the ship doesn't have batteries, fuel, or food.
Well, this ship has all of that. We just have baddies.
We got the food already.
So let's get the batteries and some fuel, and then let's get the out of here.
Hi, sir.
Okay.
Just a quick point of clarification: is it both batteries and fuel that we were missing as well? That we were missing?
Yes, because
Okay. Pardon.
the battery is to use overall systems, life support,
Sure.
gravity, etc., and then fuel cells for actual movement,
Got it.
navigation.
I was thinking batteries and fuel were the
And-
same thing, but that makes sense.
1 hour, 30 minutes until collision.
Well, there's an old saying in my old pond back home: "Pitter patter, let's get going."
Like that saying. I'm gonna steal it one day. Let's
Very
do
nice. Very nice.
Private, can you lead the way to engineering?
All right. And I start going to engineering.
Alrighty. So you take the lift downwards from the flight deck, the bridge. Once you are in the main common area, gravity is normal there. There is life support here. It's up to you if you want to leave these spacesuits on. They are very cumbersome to move in. They have about 30 minutes left on their power source.
I'm gonna
Did
take
Daryl
mine
come
off.
with us?
What's that?
Did Daryl come with us?
Did you want him to?
Yeah, Daryl, you think you could hold on to these for us? You could probably take the captain's booth if that'll help you, so you're not all flopping around.
So Daryl's kind of got his arms out like a scarecrow, and he's got one suit at about the elbow bend, and another one in the fist of each one, and so he's holding the 4 suits.
Thanks,
Alright.
Daryl.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And so going through the main common area, it does not take long to reach engineering, as it is at the aft of the ship. You find this catwalk that goes over the inner workings. You can see down below where the engine itself is, and it's still humming with power as it's driving it towards the Savan Nexus. And you can see, interestingly enough, you see an airlock down there, and you notice 2 things. You see there are a couple of these creatures on the exterior kind of clawing at the airlock, and every now and then, inside through some of the plexiglass, you can see there is someone in the airlock.
Oh no, someone's stuck in the airlock. We should get them out.
Yeah,
And
before we go charging off there, hey, Tim, are you hurt at all?
Oh, am I hurt?
Is Tim hurt at all?
Yeah, Tim's down by 7 points of
Okay. So while we're heading down there, just as we're walking, you see Bubbles just kind of clasp onto his staff that is still glowing with the light. The light kind of takes on again this more intense blue. For a moment, he is going to channel divinity, Balm of Peace, and this is going to get 2d6 plus 3 hit points to anyone who needs them.
Oh, nice.
Should I roll that for everyone, or should each person roll their own?
Roll it and then use everybody the same amount.
That is
Roll it.
no, that is double sixes. So that
Ooh.
is 15 points.
Ooh, awesome. I'm back to 20.
Oh,
Totally
damn.
tubular. I'm completely healed. Thanks, Bubbles. You're
And-
invaluable to the team.
As you channel your divinity, what does that look like?
So I think it would just be, again, the staff glows in more of a more intense blue light, and just this kind of soothing, balm of bubbles just kind of comes pouring out of it, kind of touching each one of you in turn, and it's just this very refreshing. You feel rehydrated again, and because hydration is important.
So, as this ends, you hear this sound coming towards you. These just like sets of boots on metal coming in your direction. And from the shadows, from engineering, you see three, you can tell by their uniforms, they must be members of the crew, as they are dressed similarly to your new ally here. But over their heads are these flying creatures you saw, these dark mantles, as they're called, and they are headed towards you. Time to roll some initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh my.
Oh, we swapped around
So-
places again.
Magic.
Haha!
All
I'm the DM
kinds of
now.
magic.
Aw.
Oh, no longer. No longer. Wah, wah. All right. So on this, if I could get people to please let me know here. Tim, what'd you get?
I got 16.
16. What did our gift friend get there? 4. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Mario, what'd the captain get?
10.
10? And how about Bubbles?
7.
7. Oof. All right.
It's the opposite of our initiatives last round.
I know.
Almost.
And we're going to make one slight modification. There we go. So that I know that there are 3 of them, not 4, because you guys would be fucked if there were 4 of them. But hey, top of the round, these crew members, these just leathery fabric looking creatures on their heads, their eyes staring outward towards you. They have in one hand is carrying some sort of maintenance tool. One looks like a wrench, or they're a hammer, and the other one some sort of very interesting looking pistol. As they're coming towards you all, we'll figure out what all that does. Who knows what any of these things could be? But hey, Tim, you're up first.
Okay, so Tim, they're going to notice that things are really weird. And I don't know if Tim knows what a pistol is or not, but definitely knows what something that looks like it can hit something with. So they're going to cast
Yes.
Firebolt at that particular creature.
Love it. Make an attack roll, please.
J'accuse! I got a 19.
Gonna very much hit, so please roll some damage.
That's a 5.
Ooh, nice. So 5 points of damage to this, and
Don't worry, dude, I'll touch you free.
And as you burn onto it, you hear this psychic scream in your head from the creature, but damage definitely done. Anything else for your turn there, Tim?
No, that'll be all. I don't have anything else to do.
Awesome. Well, that's going to make it their turn, and 3 of them are going to fire laser pistols. So they get 2 attacks each. Let's start with 2 at Tim. So that's a dirty 20 and a 18.
Yep.
Okay. So you will take, let's see here. So you take, from the first hit, you take 9 points of radiant damage. And from the second one, you take 11 points of radiant damage as it
I'm
fires 2
down.
bolts in your and you watch as Tim falls to the ground. Next one here, we're going to take 2 shots at Hippo Man. I don't think a 10 hits you, Jordan.
No, surprisingly.
The second one's a 23. So
But that sure will.
so go ahead and take 10 points of radiant damage from this blast that hits you. And then Mario, we're gonna take 2 shots at the captain. That is a natural 1 and another natural 1. So don't know how I feel about this D20 right now. Apparently,
Actually, you should feel very good about it.
all my dice know it's your birthday because it can't quite reach my bronze die, but I want it so bad after that.
You've already killed me once. Why do you need it?
I'm trying to kill Mario now. I just rolled 2 nat 1s against him, and now it's personal.
Okay,
Anyhow.
trying to kill Mario, it will still kill me again.
You're not wrong. It probably will. But as those blasts fire off, it's Mario's turn. This one of them just fired these 2 laser blasts and just over each of your shoulders as you're just dancing around like your swashbuckling badass self. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to say first, hey, look after Tim, and then so Tim, which one did you hit?
The one that had the pole, not the gun.
Well, they all have guns. Like I'll say, one's got like a wrench, a hammer, and a pipe. And you hit the
I
one
hit
with the
the
pipe.
one with the pipe.
With the one with the pipe.
It's one on the one of the side. So can I position myself to just walk at the creature, not being next to any of the other ones?
Oh, easily. Yeah. Like I said, we're playing fast and loose with distances and stuff like that right here.
Okay. So then I'm going to rapier at the creature.
Sounds good to me. Make an attack roll.
16.
That very much hits. Go ahead and give me all that good damage with a sneak attack.
Cool. Actually rolling, making sure that I'm rolling the right die. That fell again, so 9, 12, 16.
16 points of damage. Dang, that's more than a little bit. Definitely causing some real pain to this creature as you stab your blade up into, and you stabbing into the actual body that it's possessing, and you just hear the psychic scream of the creature. You quickly get the sense that what this body it's controlling, whatever's in there has been dead for some time. This is a fully corrupted form. So there ain't no saving those people.
Oh, all right, cool. I was going to say I was trying to stab at the creature, but
I mean, the
if the
creature's
body-
engulfed in the thing's head. So if you're just trying to stab the creature, you're going to poke somebody through the dome. So
and then I guess I mean, why the fuck not? They have guns. They'll be shooting at me anyway. So
you bet they will.
I'll do a dagger to the head of to the creature.
Good.
22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits. Give me that dagger damage.
Yeah,
Poke.
Yeah, I mean, not adding the modifier, so I guess it's that. So 2 damage.
2 points of damage as you do just a little bit more to this. It definitely did not enjoy that one bit. That is going to bring it down to Bubbles.
And I'm just if I have a little bit more distance, I'm going to just walk out to be behind on the opposite side, so that there's so that I'm on the opposite side of the party. Just
Love it.
Love it.
Little distance out there. Bubbles, what do you want to do? Hippo Man's on deck.
How far away are these things from me? Ballpark?
Playing fast to lose a distance. We'll say 25, 30 feet ish.
Okay.
Not so far away that they can't close in on you.
Right. All right, let's keep it simple. I'll focus on the one that we've been attacking, and I need him to make a wisdom save as I'm attempting to sap moisture.
Saving throw.
That is a failure. So
Yeah, it is.
D12. Whoa! Toss that right out of the dice tray. Let's try that again.
Oh, that means it heals them, right?
Yes. No. 10 points of necrotic damage as I suck the moisture out again, and it coalesces into this kind of pool, this kind of puddle in the air, and then it just drops. in a
Ouchie,
splash.
ouch. See, as you're just drawing the moisture outward, it is. You can see that the wound just sort of breaking open on the creature that is on its head. The physical form of the host definitely damaged as well, but you're hurting the creature quite badly. It's had better days than this.
Is there anywhere I can retreat backwards, get behind a door, get behind something, get myself some cover?
Not really, because it's engineering in the common area here, so it's a lot of wide open space.
Okay. In that case, this may be a mistake, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm just going to retreat back as far as I can, hopefully getting good distance there, and I'm just going to drop prone.
Cool. I love it. Private, you're up.
All right. Gunderson's just
And then
gonna
look for my die.
Gunderson's just gonna point at the at the one with the pipe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Pavel, and pull up his rifle, his musket, and fire.
Yeah. Make an attack roll, please.
And that is a dirty 20 to hit.
That definitely hits. Please give me damage.
And and with the musket, that is 13 points of damage.
Damn. So yeah, you do some good damage here, blasting into Pavel. That definitely has been better. Not quite dropped yet, but is definitely hurting.
And that's his turn.
Poor Pavel. Poor Pavel.
Oh, actually, you know what?
yeah.
He's gonna use his special astral spark ability to add an extra 2 force damage onto that hit.
Nice. Yeah, little extra. All right, Tim, I need you to make a death saving throw, please.
Oh, Tim just made his death saving throw, and Tim got a 1.
That is 2 failed saves for Tim.
Oh noes.
We'll see how that all goes. So these
we're
creatures
just
are
all
going to
dead, it's
fire.
fine.
It really could happen. Are going to fire some more laser blasts. First, we're going to do 2 at Defishy, who's prone. So I know these are at disadvantage. It would have been a natural 20. Does an 11 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. So that means a 7 doesn't hit you either. So
He's just ducking and covering and screaming.
Yep. So one of them is going to come running on up to the captain, and it'll be the one with the pipe. The one with the pipe's going to take 2 swings at you. So second one's a natural 1, but the first one was a 21 to hit.
That barely hits.
So go ahead and take a total of. Oh, I rolled too much damage on that. Let me do that again. A total of 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you get bonked upside the head by this weapon. The laser pistol is definitely the way to go.
Mhm.
And Gunderson's going to get 2 shots fired back at him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, that's cocked. Okay, does a 13 hit you?
13 does, because he wouldn't have any armor.
That's true. So that means the 14 hits you as well.
Yeah.
All right. So take 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And then take another 10 points of radiant damage.
And Gunderson is unconscious.
as Gunderson falls down. Alrighty. So after all that, Captain, it's your turn.
So we've been hitting the one with the range.
Let's see here. I've got my notes right
Pipe,
here.
I believe.
The one with the pipe.
And that's one that's like halfway.
Up in your face.
Oh, it's the one up in my face. Well,
Yes.
I'll put my rapier up in his face.
Okay, make an attack roll.
23 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and give me that damage.
All right. 5, 11, 14.
14 points of damage. So you stab into the creature that's around the head of this crewmate, and if you find some purchase in there with your rapier, and you just twist that around, and like a cork coming off a champagne bottle, it just boonk comes right off, and the whole thing sloughs off the crew member's head. As it falls, you just see just this face that's locked in absolute horror. Roll a thing. And
Awful.
yeah. Oh, first I need to. Yeah, that's a failure. So you hear both a psychic scream from this creature, and then just the crew member lets out this roar of agony as it falls to the ground dead, its brain completely broken from being trapped within this thing. But you've taken out one of the possessed crew members. There are only 2 left.
So, with either the item interaction bonus action, can I grab the pistol?
I'll let you pick up the pistol. I'll tell you now, you are not proficient with it. So you can use it to shoot on your turn. We'll see what that means.
Okay. All right.
So,
And then just seeing what happened with the other 2, with Tim and Hippo Man Gunderson.
yep.
I'm just going to actually run and put myself right in front of the next creature. So that
Love it.
in front of,
Bubbles, you're prone. What do you want to do?
How far away are my 2 downed allies?
Close enough for whatever you want to
One
Okay.
of them's upstairs.
do.
I am going to. If I am able to get to Tim, who I see is not doing well at all,
Not at all.
I will stand up using half of my movement,
Yeah.
kind of get over to him as best as I can. This is stupid. And he is going to cure wounds on. Actually, hold on 1 sec. Okay, no, heroism is temporary hit points. So yes, he will cast Cure Wounds. He only has 1st level spells left at this point.
Yeah.
So
Level
That's a-
3.
4 for 7 points of healing.
Cool.
Thank you.
And then he's going to sneak behind you and fall down. Well, no, he's probably too close for falling down to do any good at this point. So he will just.
I think falling down would be a worse idea at this point.
Yep.
So they can get close enough for you to play whack-a-mole. I'll just give you that for free.
He is okay. I've got nothing really else to do with my bonus action here at this point. I don't believe. Sanctuary is well. I can't cast a second spell though.
Correct.
So yeah, he's gonna just sit there and regret his life decisions.
Cool. Gunderson, I need a death saving throw, please.
Yep. Hey, that's a 10.
Hey.
One success.
There we
So,
go.
Tim, you're conscious. You have some hit points now. There are 2 of these things. They have guns and they suck. What do you want to do?
Oh, dudes, I swear to God, I almost was gonna beat death in a battle with playing Monopoly, but then I got pulled back. Hey, that was really scary. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna suck at these fools. And Tim is going to go ahead and spend the rest of his sorcery points for meta magic in order to quicken spell again.
Yes.
First spell Tim is going to cast is going to be Armor of Agathis.
All right, cool. I love it.
So I gain 10 temporary hit points.
Yes.
And if I get hit with something in a melee range, people take damage.
Yep. And these things aren't very intelligent, so I have a feeling that might happen. What's your second spell?
Second spell is going to be Magic Missile at whichever one that I think is hurt the most.
The other two, neither one's been touched. So your choice, hammer or wrench.
I'm going to go for the hammer.
All right.
Hammer.
Magic missiles at the hammer. How much damage does it take?
That's a 4.
All right.
Here's some nails to go with your hammer, bro.
So wait, you rolled
Nailed
a
it.
4 on the D4?
Yeah, I rolled a 4 on the D4.
Okay,
Oh,
so that'd be a
5.
okay. Well, because it's 3 bolts, so that'd be a total of 15.
Oh, yeah, that is how it goes. I
Yeah.
thought that was just the damage that was dealt. I totally was Tim right there. I forgot because Tim
Max
has an
damage.
intelligence of 8. Yeah.
That's a lot of damage. So, yeah, much like a Flex Seal line of products, that's a lot of damage that happens here as those magic missiles rip into its form. Well, heck, all right. That's going to bring it up to their turn, and this one is going to come and it's going to swing its hammer twice at Tim. It did not appreciate
no.
that. Does a 9 hit you, Tim?
A 9 doesn't hit me.
Does an 11 hit you?
An 11 doesn't hit me.
So this hammer is just being swung at you, and Tim, he's just bouncing around with a smile on his face. And just because of this unpredictable movement, whoosh, whoosh, this hammer cannot find purchase on your smiling dome. Just looking back, just no thoughts, head empty, but in a great mood.
Yeah, Tim's just skanking on the ground because he's alive again. He's like, you can't hit me with that hammer. All right, boom, yo.
Tim is the living embodiment of what ska music sounds like. Just
Hit the trumpet.
Just
Well-
full Jer's new album.
it's been noticed that Bubbles has done some healing. So let's go swinging at Bubbles.
He did it.
So,
I just went over. He did it.
so if it's swinging at Bubbles, do I get
Yeah.
to hit him? Since I'm right in front of him.
Sure. Make an opportunity attack. I don't care. Bubbles is a 13 hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay. Make your opportunity attack.
That's a 16 hit.
16 does hit. Give me the damage. Does a 15 hit you, Bubbles?
15 does not hit.
Arr.
Were you in position that AO is a sneak attack?
Oh, it is.
Nice.
And sneak attack's not on this, so
Oh no, you would get sneak attack here because of the positioning.
oh. Then in that case, not that much better. 2, 3, 4, 8.
Hey, every bit helps. So that is damage done there. Both the attacks missed. Means it's now going to come around to a captain. It's your turn. And if you hit, you get sneak attack again because it's your damn turn.
Yeah, I mean, since I'm right there, I'm just
Yeah.
going to keep hitting at it.
Swing away.
25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
10, oh, well. 10, 18, 22.
Nice.
Dang. Yeah, that is a very, very respectable amount of damage as you cleave into this creature. Well friggin' done.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know if the guns. Yeah, will the gun be light or no?
Now, the gun, you would have to use your full action to fire.
All right. So and then For the rest of my action, I'm just going to, like, not even trying to get, just trying to get the attention, like, smack the creature to head. Then I'm right here, buddy.
Love it. Love it. Bubbles, what do you want to do?
Bubbles is panting,
Sure.
and it sounds a little gurgly, from all of the adrenaline that he is not used to having coursing through him. And he is just going to he's going to cast another sap moisture. So wisdom save from the I guess that's the hammer guy.
That's no, it's not good. Give me damage.
Okay. Try not to roll it out of the thing this time. 9 points.
All righty. Little by
And
little.
another
damage being done.
sploosh of water drops out onto the floor.
Yeah, they are not enjoying this part of their existence.
And since that was a cantrip, oh man, God, there's just so few spell slots.
I know, isn't it great?
Okay, no, man, I really want to cast Sanctuary, but I will resist and just continue to grovel.
Okay. Grovel, grovel, grovel. Gunderson, how about you give me that death saving throw?
All right, let's do this. That's a 2, so that's a fail.
1 and 1. Tim, what you got?
All right. So Tim notices that things are going really
Still
fast.
just skanking away.
Skanking out. Yeah. And Tim is gonna go ahead and they're gonna cast Firebolt again at the dude that's in front of him.
Cool. Now it's in melee with you. So this will be at disadvantage.
Oh, then that's a bad idea, I guess. Tim is gonna. Tim doesn't know what to do. All right.
Tim got foiled right there.
Tim, of course, also doesn't really know that that's a bad thing. So he's just gonna go ahead and still do Firebolt because
Love it.
that's what
No
Tim
thoughts
would
head
do.
empty. I love Tim. Do it.
Oh, Tim got a 19 for the first one. That blows.
Let's see about the second one.
Tim got a 9.
The 9 does not hit. Tim's having trouble getting good aim at this creature. He's like, bro, help me steady it. And you steady it against his arm to fire over the shoulder. And as the firebolt comes off, you kind of realize why that didn't work.
Oh, boy, totally forgot. Man.
But because Tim is so likable, you still get this monster to give you a high five afterwards.
Awesome. Wait, did you actually give me a high five?
I mean, it's sort of half-assed one.
I view that as an attack because that was an unwanted high five.
Well, it's going to step away from you, and that's going to give you a chance to make an opportunity attack on it. So whatever melee weapon you have, swing away.
Well, here I was trying to play shenanigans on that because if it did the high five, I have the armor of Agathis going on, right?
Yeah.
So that's 10 cold damage.
I love it. No, I'll allow it. I will 100% allow it. It's so dumb, but I'll allow it because I don't care. Like, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it goes to give you a high five, and Tim just allows himself to get smacked in the face by it. Moosh, the armor of Agathis goes off.
So Tim's so cool that it actually hurts in monsters.
It does.
Yeah.
So, Tim, make an opportunity attack with whatever melee weapon you got.
Well, I got these 2 daggers, and I got two-handed fighting, so let's try that.
But you just get one because it's an AO.
Oh, okay. Then we'll do that. Oh, no. That's a crit.
Oh,
Nice.
double the dice.
I got a 5. Totally sorry, dude.
Nicely done. So yeah, your armor of Agathis went off. You got a crit on the knife. It's got a gun. It's going to shoot you, Tim.
Oh, no.
So
Gun beats knife.
that's 23 to hit.
Tim brought 2 knives to a gunfight.
Tim, I need you to take 10 points of radiant damage.
Oh no, I lost all my temp points.
And it's going to shoot you again, Tim.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Darn.
Does a 14 hit.
14 does hit.
Alrighty. So how about you take 9 points of radiant damage?
Tim's dead again.
Tim falls unconscious. After this whole explosion goes off and stabbing with a knife, it just shoots him in the chest twice real quick. The other one, it's just not a fan of you over there, Captain. Really doesn't like you. It's going to step away from you, so go ahead and make an opportunity attack. You get sneak attack if you hit.
Don't think an 11 hits.
11 just misses as it blocks your blade with the wrench. And then it's going to fire 2 laser bolts at you. So the first one is a 21 to hit, and the
Okay.
second one is a 14 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. The first one. Okay. Go ahead and take 10 points of radiant damage as it shoots you in the chest.
Okay.
And that is everything those MFers can do. Captain, it's your turn.
Oh, well, this is looking desperate. So you know what? I'm going to raise the gun that I just picked up and blast at his face.
Okay.
Or there's
So roll a d20 and add only your dexterity modifier. You don't get to add your proficiency.
Okay. All right, that's a 9.
It will miss. So this thing had way more kick than you were expecting. You pull the trigger, it's like, whoa! And it just shoots over the shoulder and burns a little smoldering hole there up in the corner.
Yeah, well, I was hoping a +4 dexterity helped me there. No.
Not so much.
So, well, I'm going to close in on him and try to. Actually, no, I can't because it would have needed to be to.
Yeah, this would not have been a
Yeah.
light weapon, so you won't
Yeah,
have your other one.
Yeah, but I'm
So-
going to. All right, I'm just going to close in on him.
I love it. So Bubbles, what you want to do?
Cry. Just cry.
It's free action.
That's a free action.
He does a bonus action cry and takes his full action to cry. Now he's going to just sees Tim go down again. His new gift buddy is down, and he just saw Captain get shot in the chest as well. He
Oh, actually-
is.
Sorry, can I change what I'm doing?
Oh, sure, what you want to do?
So actually, just seeing that it's two, I'm going to just yell at both of them. Come and get me if you can. And just start sort of heading the other direction, back to where we came from.
Make an intimidation check.
15.
Okay, we'll see how that plays out. Bubbles, please continue.
So he is going to go ahead and cast Sanctuary upon himself. He
Okay.
is going to move forward to the private this time, and I don't really have much else to be able to give you hit points back. So he is just going to, pardon the pun, fish out of his bag a healing kit.
Okay.
And he is just going to spend his action stabilizing private gift.
Okay. So you are, and you don't need to roll anything for that? If you have the healer's kit? I
Not
believe?
with the healer's kit, correct.
Lovely. So no
So you're
death
stable.
saves need to be rolled. You are stable, which means Tim gets to roll a death saving throw.
Tim got an 18.
All right, that's one success. These one of these creatures is going to come charging after you there, Captain, and will make 2 swings. Actually, no, but first, one of them's going to take 2 shots at you, and if this doesn't drop you, the other one's going to run after you. Mother, that misses. Does a 15 hit
Nope.
over your shoulder? The other one runs after you. Is going to take 2 swings at you.
So my D20 knows it's your damn birthday because it's just not hitting anything on you. I'm gonna grab the bronze one
Yeah,
next.
And and you know what? It's
What's that?
actually midnight over here, so my luck
It,
just ran
ju-
out.
it just turned midnight. Ooh, next round, Mario. Got you. But that said, Captain, it's your turn. One has closed on you. You can make some attacks if you want.
Well, to the one that's close to me, yeah, I'm going to.
Be sneak attack if you hit because you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
all that goodness.
All right, 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, just
so,
just roll the damage and see what
Yeah.
happens.
Hell yeah.
16, 12, 16.
16. This thing is hanging on by a thread, but it's still there.
Well, I have a dagger, so I drop
You
the
do.
gun,
You do.
and I'm guessing an 8 to hit doesn't hit. So
It does not.
No.
Yeah,
So-
as you drop the laser pistol and it hits the ground, it fires straight up and almost shoots you, and you have to lean back. And that makes it so you're not quite able to get over there with the dagger. And you're like,
Alright.
maybe I shouldn't drop technology. I don't know what it is.
yeah, so I'm just going to back again, move again that same direction I was heading, and
Mhm.
just yell again. Is that all you got? You missed 4 times.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So
A
that
strong
is,
heckle.
it really is. It's very worthwhile. Bubbles, what you got?
I am just going to crawl on over to Tim and healer's kit on him.
Okay. So Tim is stabilized as well. So we don't need to roll anything for you guys. It is the last two standing versus these two creatures. One of them's going to come over and swing the wrench 2 times at you there, and you're crawling, so you're prone.
Crawling wouldn't. I mean, he is not actually prone.
Okay,
but
so
he is sanctuaried, so it does need to make a wisdom save
Disadvantage?
first.
Okay, so
I know, just the wisdom save to see if
just
he
the
can attack.
wisdom save. All right, what's the DC on this?
It's a DC 13 in order
DC
to attack.
13. That is a 13.
Okay, so yes, it can attack.
So, okay. That is a dirty 20 for the first swing,
That hits,
and that is a 15 for the second swing.
misses.
Alrighty. So on the first swing, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And I will see if I am able to hold on to concentration on Sanctuary. Oh, that is a natural 4. Concentration drops.
Oh no.
And the other one is going to spread its 2 laser blasts between you two. So first, let's shoot
Oh,
bubbles.
wait, it's not concentration. Pardon, it's not concentration.
Okay.
Oh, thank
So,
God.
So-
again, it does need to make the wisdom save first.
Got a 14 on that.
Okay,
So, the attack roll 17 hit.
just hits.
Okay. So take 10 points of radiant damage.
Ow.
And I'm going to fire at the captain.
Meep.
It's a natural 3 as I miss the captain. So, captain, it's your turn. I'm guessing
Yeah.
our
At this
fish
point-
friend is not looking too great.
Yeah, I'm going to go the one that's closest to me. again.
Swing away. If you hit,
Haha,
they are
now I'm the
gooched.
DM.
No,
I-
curses.
So Jared, it hit, so I hit both of them with one swing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You shish kebab right through one into the other. It also
I've
happens
got,
to
I've
be
got,
a
another,
crit out
I've
of
got
nowhere.
another mind flayer here. Don't make me break it out. I'll do it.
So yeah, I mean, I hit one of them.
Okay, so you don't even need to roll damage. You just stab into this thing. Let's see if the crew member fails its con save. They are dead, as well as the dark mantle itself. So there is just one left. Well done.
All right,
Captain.
So here's how badly does he look?
The other one? He's pretty hurt.
Because here's the captain's thought. Is all right. His turn between responsibility to the crew, well, his team, and try to save Bubbles, or responsibility to the universe and the Mind Flayer, so that he knows there's two of us and probably won't be able to make it. So because his uh turn, I'm going to say that he gets a little bit uncertain what to do, so I'm going to cunning action. You know what? I'm sorry, Bubbles. It doesn't look too good because we're also going to the same room. I'm going to go cunning action dash and the opposite direction towards the flight deck.
Okay, so you're heading further away on that. That is going to bring it to you, Bubbles.
Okay. So there's one left. Is this the one that
Yep.
was it chasing him? So this is
No,
further away?
The one
Or
that
this
was
is the one that's
chasing
right
it-
next to me.
The one's right next to you.
Crap. Okay. That sucks. I am going to tell him he's really, really naughty.
Okay.
And yeah, we're gonna do that. I need him to make a wisdom saving throw here as I cast command.
What if it was a different saving throw, though? Because I have other ones that are better, you see.
So I command him to disarm.
Okay.
And so he's, I'm assuming, dropping the rifle.
You'll find out what that means on his action.
Oh, that's true. Shoot, that's right. I forgot that happens on his action.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, he's next.
Yeah.
Because he has to use his action to complete that.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and that ends Sanctuary as well because that affected a creature. I am now out of spell slots entirely.
Yeah.
Crap. I'm going to, and that was an action. Man, there's nothing good with a bonus action here. I'm gonna just wait and
Okay.
see what happens because I can't hold the bonus action. So
No.
yeah, no, that's it.
It's going to use, it gets its turn, it's going to use its action to drop its wrench and its laser pistol on the ground. Laser pistol hits the ground, fires off in some random direction. That's its turn. Captain, you've been spending your time running away. This thing's still standing over there by your fish buddy. What you want to do?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm going to say because you're a rogue and you have all that roguey goodness, if you wanted to use your cunning action to dash, you'd have enough movement to get back into melee to add some fighting to this.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because I did want some movement going towards first person, anyways. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say. Well, the ship is going to crash against the thing anyway, so I may just as well try to do that. Save 1, 2.
Yeah,
Because
so-
we don't know where the fuck anything is, so I'm going to stab you.
Make an attack roll.
I guess cunning actually has to. Okay, so apparently it's still my birthday somewhere, so not 20 there.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So that your weapon die is doubled and your sneak attack dice are doubled.
Nice.
I don't usually get to roll this many die.
This is going to be a lot of damage.
Yay.
All right, so that's 10. That's 20, 25, 29.
It had 28 hit points left. Please, Mario,
Holy
describe this
crap.
for me.
I guess here's what Bubbles see. So the captain start running away. He says bye, and then captain just runs around, turns around, starts sliding on his shell with just, and then just as he approaches Bubbles, just raising the rapier up, like through the bottom of the face, up or all the way on where the creature was attached.
And you just slice it off perfectly. As you do that, that crew member does also fail their con save to not die, but you are able to defeat this last one. You
Didn't see that coming.
very much so. You are able to find on the other side of the airlock in between, you're able to rescue a crew member by the name of Jinroth. And they explain that they were the only other survivor of the crew who wasn't possessed. Just him and Gunderson were the only two. The plan in the captain's final moments before they were completely taken over by this possession was to remove any possibility of sustaining life on the flight deck and send this ship directly for the Nexus. There is a fear that not all the Dark Mantle eggs can be found and cleared out. And that the choice would be to, as a group, feel like you could clear out this ship, and you feel like you can. There's 5 of you now, 6 if you count your ally back on the escape pod, and as far as you all know, there's nothing that any of these creatures can do against you. So you're left with a choice. Do you wish to get some supplies, go back on your escape pod, check yourself back into space itself and see what you find next? Do you finish clearing out this ship, take it as your new ride as you go forward, making the repairs as needed, or do you ride the ship into the Nexus? Because as you know, you've heard stories of ships going in and none coming out. But there are also stories that rifts in time and space gotta lead somewhere, right? What do you want to do as this adventure draws to a close?
So,
So I
is
know that-
everyone like conscious for this decision?
I would say
yeah,
yes.
like Tim and I were stabilized, but yeah, how long would it take us to be awake?
It takes a few minutes.
I pour some water out of my handkerchief and just drench both of you to try to wake you up.
Oh, whoa.
What?
I'm alive
Oh.
again.
Sorry, I might have used a little too much on that.
So at this point, I'm thinking we also bring Lieutenant. What's her name to the conversation because this affects her.
As you go back to find the lieutenant on the escape pod, you find nothing but a corpse.
Dude, that's sad.
I try a healer's kit on it.
Now
On
there's no longer a brain.
Oh, shoot.
All right. So there's
Your theory being that the mind flayer got to her first when you were all down in the cargo hold.
You should have
So-
come with us.
yeah. So there's five of us, correct?
Yep.
So let's put it to a vote. How do you all feel?
I don't want to die for a third time.
Yeah, not dying is preferable. I don't know if we have enough time to make sure that we killed all those things. We'd probably have time enough to start the ship back up, but then we'd need to float around. We need to just be in here for a while without docking anywhere and hope that we can clear out and kill everything.
1 hour to impact with the Nexus.
So there's that.
Bubbles, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't watch. I don't want to die either. It looked really painful for you guys.
It totally was.
And I guess new friend.
Yeah.
If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be on this ship any longer. I think Gunderson here can agree that it would be many painful memories if we all remained. Perchance the kindest thing we can do for the captain is honor their final order and allow this ship to drift on to the Nexus and let the threat be destroyed.
Well, then,
Alright.
let's grab everything that's not bolted down.
Mhm.
And it doesn't take you long. The escape pod is not large. Some final orders are given to Daryl to scuttle any ability for lifts to return to the flight deck, just in case any other adventurers should come across the Dark Mantle in its final moments heading towards the Nexus.
So I was going to. So I'll step out to a corner just to where I can just like speak to Veronica real quick.
Mhm.
So Veronica,
Yes.
so as an AI, I mean you're smart. So what are the chances you think that if we leave, that the ship will actually hit its mark into the Nexus?
The
Yeah,
odds are 100%.
and you don't think there's any possibility that any of the creatures could take over the ship?
They lack the know-how, it seems, to operate the technology which drives this ship. They had issues doing something even as simple as opening a blast door. This suggests to me that it would be an impossibility for them to not only operate navigation, but to repair the damage done.
And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say, yeah. Do I feel like can what Bosch feel like that's totally accurate that Veronica is not mistaken?
And yeah, you're given reassurance that no reason to doubt this.
Alright.
The ship's on course, and the Nexus isn't exactly a small target.
Okay.
There's a lot of room for error.
I'm gonna go find Daryl and walk over to him, kind of limp over to him, and so hey, I like appreciate all your help. It was very nice of you to be helping us and carrying our stuff, and I just want to say thank you. And so I'm going to pull out of my pack some things I didn't end up using, and I hand him 2 flasks of oil. This hopefully it's gonna make things a little nicer for you if there's anything on the other side.
Most appreciated. If there is not, this journey was an interesting one. Farewell
agree.
and safe travels.
I give him a big hug.
And he very awkwardly gives you a hug as he's just not the most graceful of automatons.
Alright. Well, should we get moving then?
I got all the MREs I could handle.
Pitter patter. Let's get out of here.
As you all climb back aboard into the escape pod, refueled, repowered, and with food to last some time, you wonder what is in the great unknown of the various spaces, planes, and dimensions you could travel across. And as the pod detaches from the dark mantle, you spend some time drifting, allowing yourself to watch its journey towards the Nexus. And even though you lost sight of the ship long ago, as the last moments of that hour passed, you finally see this brilliant light exploding outward from the Nexus, no doubt, where the Dark Mantle made impact. Reaching into his coat, this crew member you found, this Jinroth, pulls out a map, star map, compares it to what you can all see, places his finger down on the location on it, looks to you all. I believe there's treasure here. Who's up for an adventure? And that's where we'll leave our story. As you are all in this escape pod, having survived this Dark Mantle encounter. The adventure was called Dark Mantle Space Freighter by DM Dave. The Mind Flayer was not part of it. I just wanted to turn up the difficulty a little bit and see what we could do.
A little
So,
bit.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we only lost one.
Well, let's see here. I think we almost lost 3 at one point.
We almost lost everyone, really.
There were a lot of close
Crit on
calls.
the crit on your last sneak attack was. I'm pretty sure you saved my ass on that.
That was clutch. As see, the next thing it was going to do, because these things still had some memory of being crew members, and they had pretty good scores for intelligence of the ones with the dark mantles on their head. And I sent this to Jordan that he would have it, is the GIF stat block. Even though he rolled up one, I said he could have one grenade from the stat block.
I wouldn't have had time to use it. I got one attack.
I'm aware. But here's the thing. You wouldn't have, but this creature was going to pick it up and use it.
Well,
And that would have been a just dorktacular amount of damage. So yeah, that last sneak attack saved the day. So thank you to you guys all for being here, and happy birthday again.
Happy
Mario.
birthday!
happy birthday, Mario.
I'm glad I didn't kill you. It's your birthday. But you know,
Well, I'm glad you tried. It was actually fun.
I mean, I always try.
You got one away from devouring his intellect.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, I still can't believe how bad I rolled on that. Wow. But sometimes the dice tell a story. Yeah, Phoenix and Jordan can tell you both. I'm always trying to kill them, and just sometimes the dice won't let me.
You got it this time.
I know. It only took a mind flayer to do it.
Yeah, a mind flayer whose devour, even at full health, no one was
Oh, yeah.
surviving.
Yeah.
No.
That was rough.
No.
That was rough.
Yeah, but I wanted to do a little bit of just a little bit of high stakes horror. So thank you guys all for playing. Everyone watching, thank you. It was fun to do a live one shot again. It's summer's run long up here in Washington State, so it may technically be fall, but damn it, it's still one shot summer to us. So we still got a couple more of these coming before our
campaign comes back around. Got delayed a little more than planned. Happened to deal with some personal stuff at the time. Won't get into the details. Those in the know, but that should all be done fairly soon. And I will be able to get back to my duties, writing and
Duties.
putting my players
Duty.
through psychological torture. I said duty.
We're adults.
But one last time, Mario, Evan, Phoenix, Jordan, thank you guys all for being part of this. There'll be more one-shots. There'll be more insanity. I am your DM as always, and we shall soon see what chaos awaits.